Let's do it. Oh, that's awesome.
Let's do stuff.
All right.
Let's make some
Live, yeah.
decisions.
Hello.
Live and stuff.
And
We
hope
are
Live and
alive.
stuff and live.
What?
that the
What
rules
is this?
be forever in your favor.
All right. Hello, people joining us live. Welcome to Mercenaries of Mischief. I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck, and I am here today to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons with these fine people that you see before you here. They are, in no particular order, joining us once again, Mr. Redan, our barbarian giant extraordinaire. Everybody missed him last week, but he's all back now. Joining us also is one Gilbetta fucking Knott, cleric of Salune.
Yay!
Well,
That was
thank
quick.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, Charles.
Wait.
Is it Karis, right? Is that what we figured it out?
It was yours.
Karis, give us that breakdown. Give us that.
Give us that
Enunciation.
phonetically.
Karis.
Also joining us today is Mr. Kashano the Quick and a cattail. And last but not least, joining us also is one Lilith Singer.
Hi.
Fumbled my L's at the end. And last time on the show, when last we joined our heroes, they had journeyed to an all-new continent, brand new place, and they had journeyed to this place known as the Wall or the Bulwark for the other people, but it is designed to be a wall that separates the living normal lands from these dead, scarred lands left behind by a great evil in the past that they are slowly attempting to reclaim and bring back to life.
Is this calendar correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That looks right to me.
Ish. Yeah.
It looks. While they were at this, no, it looks good. While they were here, Kashano found religion, sort of.
I mean, look, I've had conversations with several gods before this. If having a conversation with a god makes me religious, then I suppose that happened a while ago. But then, by that measure, all gods are religious themselves because they have conversations with other gods all the time.
Kashano,
I'm not saying I'm a god. I'm just saying I do similar things to gods.
Well, of course they're religious. They are religion. What do you?
Kashano formed a loose, friendly partnership with a god.
He took the first step towards some kind of faith.
Okay, I'm just saying.
And Giovanna is here for it.
And everybody else decided to take a history lesson in with some folks that go beyond the walls to gather and catalog information of the areas beyond the wall. And they also discovered that Miss Blackcherry Borden will not be able to join them on the other side of the wall because she has other motives that the paladins don't agree with.
Boo.
Which?
Sorry.
Boo! She was most displeased. Now, Redan, enthralled with this place, had taken off to go look at various things and just kind of get a feel for the place. And Redan, as I recall, as per a previous discussion, you had found your way to a temple of Bahamut.
Look out.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
There are a number of different people there, and in fact, if you ask some information about Corvan, you actually the name is recognized, and people tell you stories, much of which you already know, but a lot of what you hear about being a paladin of Bahamut is protecting those who can't protect themselves and just uprooting the evils of the world and stopping them from having kind of free reign.
So like the lawful good of the lawful good.
Yeah. Basically, if you're seeing bad news going on, you're not doing anything about it, Bahamut's not happy with you.
Yeah, okay, understood.
And you wanted to go see if you could find some things for the party while you were away.
Correct.
if I recall.
Yep.
So you were able to find a couple things. Let me go back to your list.
My lists. I know.
Always with the lists.
Yeah, no. This place, you couldn't find many magical items. Everything in here is rather wholly endowed. You were able to find a crystal flower, although it has no additional abilities. You were able to find a hide bracelet with a symbol of Selune on it, although that also currently doesn't have any abilities on it. And you were able to find a seamstress to make up a cloak with the appropriate symbol on it.
All right, perfect. How much is that going to run me?
I think everything altogether, because it wasn't magically, 12 gold total between all the items.
All right.
You had stopped by the Preservation Society after everyone else had left and made some inquiries about the library. And when you asked there, the lead researcher there, the library, I could tell you things about this library. It was an area of much great research for me. See, the library within the Black Citadel is actually connected, from what we can discern, to the plane of air. We were allowed to examine the area briefly, although we could not figure out how to attract the books to us. But certainly there is a wealth of knowledge available there.
What did you try to do to get the books to come to you?
We called out to them. One of my colleagues attempted to lasso them. It was most difficult task. We just could not figure it out. And it was difficult to find equilibrium. You kind of float and tumble in this place.
And where was the library within the Citadel?
It was on the main floor, through a doorway to nowhere, just down the left side.
Sorry, I'm just typing notes frantically. If I get in there and manage to figure out how to get books, is there anything you would want?
Oh, absolutely.
Specifically.
Any historical volumes that you could come across. Anything about extraplanar research, celestial deities, and alike.
I will do so.
Thank you so much. It would be very valuable for my research. And as I was telling your compatriots, I would handsomely reward you for anything else you can sneak past the paladins and get to me.
I will keep that in mind.
Thank you so much.
And then I didn't write it down, but the rest of the day would have been spent trying to get in with the paladins and do some charitable work and see if I can start forming relationships with the Bahamut people.
So in looking around the grounds, and the other party didn't see this, but when there are a couple different duties around at this bulwark, the initial duties of guarding the land, fighting any undead, and reclaiming the land, so helping the land grow back, are just some of the duties. However, you also notice that if you look, there are remains of what appear to be old previous bulwarks that kind of lay out leading up to this place. And in fact, the wall itself is constantly being torn down, moved forward, and rebuilt. So there's work to be done with that, where you can assist people. They're getting ready now. They've almost reclaimed a large enough area that the wall can be moved again.
Yeah, that sounds good. Just helping out for the sake of helping out.
All right. The alignment is moving. Okay. All right. You assist with the various day-to-day duties that kind of keep this place running. And now we join the rest of the party, and you'll meet up with them in a moment, where we left them off, where a female paladin had arrived at the doorway and identified herself as Alicia and asked if they were ready to go.
Hey, Alicia, quick question. One of our companions, Captain Borden, she was told she would not be admitted beyond the wall due to her ulterior motives, or she had other plans on the other side of the wall. But the thing that she described is no longer an issue. We've found another solution to her problem. That doesn't involve anything on the other side of the wall. So would it be possible to give her like a second hearing, if you will?
I'm afraid not. The commander is quite adamant. Once you've been denied, there's no second chances.
All right, fair enough. I suppose if she knew what a solution to a problem, she wouldn't want us hanging around too long. Anyways, all right. So how? Well, yeah, I guess we're about ready to go. Is there anything else you guys need to do? Jobetta, Lilith?
No.
Anything else we need to accomplish before we head out beyond that wall there?
So, are we doing this Redanless?
Well, Redan, you arrive to where you've been told the rest of your compatriots are staying after going about and exploring and acquiring the information you desire to acquire.
I would like to show up looking like the old man with the staff.
Okie dokie.
I forgot about the hat. When he shows up, I'll kind of like nudge Kashana and be like, "Look familiar? Like, it's your god."
Oh, that old man at the staff?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it in the? I assume. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've got my arm like tucked into my shirt.
All right. Oh yeah. No. Okay. I got you. Yeah. No. If he shows up like that, I'm gonna be like, you guys, back a bit.
It's happening again. It's just like in my
Does the
dream.
I have a question. Does the hat of disguise, does it stay looking like the hat? Like, is he always wearing the hat, or does it blend in, like morph into? The...
Does it disappear like other clothes?
For the hat?
Yeah.
No, it's
sorry.
Sorry, I had to think about which hat you were talking about. Yeah, no, it's you can see the hat while he's wearing it, so it looks like the guy wearing the hat.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh. Wait, can you guys see him?
Yeah, he's right there.
He wasn't. Oh shit! That's Redan. That's Redan. He's got Redan's fucking hat, you guys.
Oh, Redan. Redan.
Hey.
Redan, have you found religion too?
How are you doing, Redan?
What have you been up to?
Kind of upset last time I really talked to you.
All is well. I'm happy.
Okay, good. And you know what? I think I owe you an apology. You kind of got caught in the crossfire of my frustrations there. That was unfair. I think it's a great idea, or was a great idea to bring the dog along, but he's I guess otherwise indisposed, so it's not really an option at the moment.
What do you mean he's indisposed?
The warlocks took him on an adventure.
Full eye contact with Gilbetta, just waiting to see what she does.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation with them when we.
It was Guy, wasn't it? It was Guy.
I'm not really sure who initiated that.
It better not fucking have been.
I have presents for you all.
I can't wait till you guys get back to the game.
Pull out a hide bracelet with the Salune symbol on it, and I give it to Gilbetta.
Wait, what is it?
These are not magical yet. when we find someone who can do it, I have a great idea for it.
You said it's a hide, like a hide
Yeah.
bracelet?
Just a little hide bracelet that has Saluni's mark on it. And then whip out a nice cloak, give it a shake, and there's the Avalon Knights Academy symbol on the back of it. And give it over to Kashano.
Really?
He's got a cape now.
This is fantastic. What color is it?
Oh, what color is it?
I would say it's a darker gray, but the symbol is in a lighter blue. Like it blends in, but it's still sharp.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes. No, I think this is rather lovely. Thank you.
And I just want to say, while Redan is doing this and everyone's distracted, I'm gonna sleight of hand and try to slip something into Lilith's bag.
That is so funny because I was thinking of doing that with Kashano's pocket.
Oh my god, what did I walk into?
Everybody's doing stuff.
Sleight of hand everything.
Shano's pocket?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you back the dog collar thing. I forgot what it's called, so I'm just gonna call it the collar.
Got to beat a 12.
Alright, how'd everyone do with their sleight of hand checks?
So I notice you.
Shit.
I notice you putting it in there, but when I notice what it is, I just kind of let it go.
I don't know. It's
Okay, so
gross.
now I know it's there.
I need your
by
perception from mine there, Lilith.
Alright, perception.
And what the hell? Oh,
Oh fuck!
Did everyone not succeed? Really? That's where I blew my nat 20 on. Ah.
It's not. It's just all it is a folded up. I don't know. Do you look at it? Or...
I got 2 notes in my pocket now.
with all the sleight of handing, Redan's going to try to sleight of hand this last one to make it look majestic.
So
make it appear in his hand.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Roll a 7.
I
He's
reach
like,
into my,
and he throws it at her.
Yeah, right.
I reach into my bag and I pull out this. It's a crystalline rose, and I'm like trying to what, and it just right up into the air. It's like, oh shit! I'm like fumbling for it.
Sounds almost like a nat 1. Oh my gosh.
Alicia is watching, and you guys all see each other again, and immediately starts reaching into each other's pockets. Like in a tight group, and everybody's like,
It's all right. This is a thing. We do. Don't even worry about it. And actually, Redan, we have a gift too. Something we found out at the shop. And I'm gonna pull the collar out of my pocket, and I'm gonna say this. Kind of an odd look, but it should allow you to speak with animals.
He's quiet.
Slap it on his neck.
Oh my god, it looks horrendous, but I'm so happy.
It looks so.
yeah, it's not like fashion forward by any means, but
Oh,
Not
you got
quite.
a
Not quite
choker.
so much, but you know,
It's red, isn't it? Wasn't it like red and puffy or?
it
I don't
was
know about
red.
puffy, but it
it was
was
like red and spiked, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want it to be red.
Oh, spiked I can live with. Well, thank you to you all for this. And then again, just taking that rose and the crystal rose and giving it to Lilith.
Oh,
Again,
oh.
I have a great idea for all of these when I can make them magic. But until then, they're yours.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
I am sorry for losing my temper.
I think we're
You may have been angry, but you didn't really. You just kind of left. You didn't really.
yes.
You didn't really throw things at anyone or anything like awful. You just
Yeah, no, you took it quite well, actually.
went for a swim.
Yeah,
It's fine. I do that too. Don't worry about
water under the bridge, under the boat, under the pier, whatever. We'll move forward.
it. Water?
So-
Where?
But-
Where's the water?
Emotionally
Where?
okay now?
I-
Everyone's
I-
emotionally good?
Actually, and I turn to Alicia. I'm sorry, just one more minute. We'll be ready to go shortly.
I'll wait outside.
Actually, thank you. That'd be great.
She
And-
just kind of steps out for a
Actually,
moment.
Sean, I'm going to say, all right, look, Redan and Lilith, I think you've had a bit of a cultural misunderstanding here.
Huh.
Redan probably didn't realize that in many societies, a dead animal in the bed is an inherent threat on their life. Don't get me wrong. I understand that it was a joke. Growing up, I placed more than one dead rat in a bedroll. But I'm sure that for Lilith, it was a quite bit jarring and not what you expect. And Lilith, you should really, try to understand here that this is how Redan shows that he's comfortable and trusts a person with these jokes. And it may have been a bit too far, but I think that you two should really bury the hatchet here.
That makes it even funnier.
I mean, I could see where you're coming from on that, but like I said, you out here in the wider world, people interpret things different ways.
We chatted already before, Koshana. This is very sweet.
Okay. Well then, I don't know. You seemed very concerned when I spoke to you about it the other day. That was the first that I heard of the issues. But at any rate,
all is well.
We good.
Before we go,
did you look at the thing that Joletta slipped into your thing, or no? You're not looking at it right now.
I can. You know what? I gotta stop pushing. I'm gonna look at that note every time I'm pushing things in night. I also got a giant thing to read too. So
tell me where we're going later. I'll be outside, and I'm running outside trying to find an animal.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
And what, Joletta, why are you handing me a note when you can talk to me?
It's not. So it's not a note. It's literally, if you open it up, it says, all the others have done so well, and then it's just a suggestion, no pressure, and then it's just the symbol of Soon, the goddess of beauty and love.
Stop pushing your gods on us.
No, not my god. It's not my god.
Oh.
Maybe like if you're in the market for gods, here's one.
Is this like a referral program? Do you get some sort of like cosmic bonus for doing this?
I'll do it.
Not like a stamped card.
What do I got to lose?
I need you to validate this.
She shows up where she doesn't. This goddess of beauty. I'll go check it out. Yeah.
All right.
It's of all the gods, Soon, beauty and love. She has many bards that worship her.
I'm just shaking my head at the fact that Puck has been accidentally saying soon off and on.
Yes.
I mix it up all the time.
For 31 episodes now, and now you're going to make him keep the two straight?
We're gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be okay.
We got this.
That's actually what made me think of Soon, because I was like, Soon might actually be a good one for Lilith.
Lilith's the only one left. Let's get her to God stuff.
Yeah, look, what do I have to do to get you in a religion today?
Got a booty, done. I'm in.
She'll get you to Soon eventually.
Aha!
But ching.
Listen, this is what this is what we do, us religious folk.
We also all don't need a religion. Redan's more than happy to take on like 4 or 5 of them himself.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do it regardless.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they need to clear up before we go die?
Please.
No,
positive. Be positive, please.
All right then.
I'm hungry.
Okay, so let's do it.
Should I have slipped you a cookie?
Oh yeah, is there like an IHOP in this?
There are no IHOPs.
No bed and breakfast, huh?
There are a couple people eating like simple, like kind of oatmeals. Look, this is military service. There's not a lot of extravagance here.
Fuck it, we'll just eat hardtack. Let's go.
All right. Let's do this. We're running on time.
All right, Alicia's patiently waiting outside. Did I say what deity Alicia is sporting the emblem of
I don't
yesterday?
think so.
Last time?
It was at the very end, and you just were kind of like,
Okay.
hey, he's here.
Okay, all right.
Paladin arrived. And
Then I'm just gonna make it up now.
Okay.
All right. So she is waiting patiently for you guys outside.
Great.
So you coming out?
Let's get to it then. Yes.
She's wearing the symbol
go.
of...
Go.
Yes. So you've sorted out whatever you were doing.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
We are ready to roll along here.
Okay. Where is it that you'd like to go?
Is there anywhere we're not allowed to go?
You are not under any restrictions that I've received from the command.
Oh, fantastic. I think then we need to check out the Citadel first.
Yep.
Oh, let's go grab the map from.
At least the grounds, and then we can see about going in once we've laid eyes on it.
Of course. And you can grab that map that you ordered, Lilith. It's
Cool.
fully prepared for you.
Because my doodle map's not going to cut it.
Yeah, I had him send one over, so I guess it should be.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All
Has
right.
Redan joined us? Is he talking to an animal somewhere?
Yes, did Redan find any animals?
Ran out.
Redan, you go outside, and Redan is talking to a goat.
Nice.
Yes.
Good start.
And the goat is. What do you want to say to this goat, Redan?
Make
I
it
don't-
scream.
I don't care as long as I can understand it too, and it's not.
You
like,
can understand
okay.
what it is saying. It's like, "Meh, how's it going?
I don't know. I'm just in such shock that this exists.
And he's like, not bad.
Actually,
I mean,
that's
I was hoping.
relevant.
Jobetta like runs up and like clings on Redan's shoulders, and she's like, so pro tip, all the animals have when you talk to them, they have their own, they inject sort of their animal quality into the speaking. Wait till you talk to Riptide. He sounds like the most excited little kid in the world. It's amazing.
Are they all as stupid as this goat?
No.
Good. I was about to be very upset.
No.
Mileage may vary.
Yeah. It's Al is Al's just odd. I don't. It's really not. You'll figure
really
out.
something.
Al's Canadian. It's fine.
Oh, it's so good. All right. So, very well. If you would like to go to the Citadel, I can take you there.
Yes, let us away. How far is it?
It is a bit of a trek.
Are we taking horses?
No, the horses won't go into the Deadlands.
I see.
All right. Well, about how far is it then?
Oh, it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours on foot.
No
That
camels? No nothing?
Nothing. I'm afraid. It's a long trek, so we best get going.
Yeah, I hope we
Yeah,
woke
let's
up
get
early.
going.
Let's do this.
I
All right.
assume the paladin came to get us early. Right?
Oh yeah, she's
Paladin's got
fully.
early.
She is wearing the raiment of Myaliki.
Ah, interesting.
So
Let me see if I happen to know this one or not.
You do.
Are we blowing our 20s?
No, listen,
I have one of those.
This is new Kishkanko has a rat.
No, I actually I worshipped my Leaky for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Or did the thing.
the Forest Queen.
The Forest Queen, of course. Yes, the
Yep.
Forest Queen.
So
Jonathan's like-
Myaliki is primarily like the natural world. Her icon is a unicorn.
Ooh.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
anything to deal with the natural world is kind of the domain of Myaliki.
Yes. So I definitely have a unicorn tattoo, but then that like the horn has been covered up to make
But
it
it's-
look like just part of the
A
mane.
horse.
Yeah. It's a silver unicorn. if
It's a
you'd like
horse.
it better.
It's a horse with a mane that goes all the way to the top of its head, and it's got a mohawk. It's a horse with a mohawk now.
All right, so there's these massive gates, and you are ushered through the gates, and there's a number of guards kind of watching everything there. And as you go through the gates, you notice on the other side there are large groups of druids in a string, kind of going along where the land is living, and the line where the land begins to die. And you can see all of them working with their hands to try and extend the living area of the earth further into the dead area.
How long
So
have they been at this?
How far are they? How far away from this are they?
You have to pass through the kind of string.
Oh,
If you look at the map here, like where the line is, where the green ends and the black begins,
okay.
there are some all along this line. And if you look in both directions, you can see them kind of as far as the eyes can see.
Pardon me, Alicia. What is the average rate of progress on this effort?
It varies. Sometimes the regrowth effort disturbs something dormant that needs to be defeated before we can continue, and it does slow things down. But overall, we do tend to take over an acre or two per day.
It's not bad.
While they're doing this little talk, Jobetta's gonna run up and druidcraft and help.
Alicia addresses you, Lilith, and says, "We've been at this for quite some time. In fact, before the heroes who journeyed beyond the wall defeated the Dark One, we were at this before that, and we continue even now. It is slow progress, but soon it will all be back to normal."
Alicia, do you really believe the Dark One's gone?
I believe that he is. I feel there would have been some kind of indication. And I walk these lands, well, to be honest, not that frequently. I'm still kind of new at this. But I've been out here enough that I really haven't seen anything all too strange. Nothing that would lead me to believe that he would still be in operations out here.
How new at this are you, Alicia? Like, have you ever?
I've taken out 3 other expeditions.
We got a greenhorn.
I was about to. Yeah.
Have you ever taken out any undead?
Yes.
All right.
If you were to attribute a level to yourself, what would it be?
I am...
On a scale from 1 to 20, how good would you say you are at your job?
I am unfortunately still a novice.
What, like a 1? Do we have to protect her now?
No.
It's just turned into an escort quest.
Right?
Yeah, right?
I am perhaps a 1 in comparison to my colleagues that operate here.
Good. Oh, good.
All right.
I was to replace a paladin who had retired out.
Yeah, right on.
What is a dark one?
Oh yeah, you missed.
Oh, right.
So better. This is really your wheelhouse.
I watched the show, so I'm good. But like in terms of
Character.
And Jabetta, do you want to catch him up? I think you usually get more of the details in this sort of thing.
Jobetta will like look up for, because I'm still on the ground with the druids, like pretending like that I'm like near as powerful as they are. It's just like, and I'm just like, okay, and like I'll get up and I'll basically just tell him the gist.
Give him the lowdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once she's done, tell her that I'm going to catch him up on the conversation we had with the warlocks.
Okay. So there is some time for this while you guys are on the journey. As you get across the line of regrowth, almost instantly, everything feels darker.
Ominous.
Like it was bright and sunshiny, but now it is strangely dark the moment you pass into these dead areas.
Dark, like it's gonna be in Kashano and Radan's like problem to view things dark, or it's just like
Just visibility.
I have
Just
dark vision, you.
like dusk.
okay.
You shouldn't
Oh,
have trouble viewing
I see.
anything, but it's just unusual. Like it is still the morning, and it feels like it's almost sundown.
I want to take out my little binocular thingy that I got from the guy, Walter, and just get a good perception check. Creatures, if there's any dead. I don't know. Get a head start.
All right.
Do I
As
roll
you-
advantage with that thing or just
Oh,
regular
absolutely.
perception?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh wow. Okay, that was cool.
Just a heads up, Puck didn't say he was a benevolent DM today, so watch yourselves.
Uh-oh. Did I?
Did I forget to say that?
You don't see any undead. And in fact, you don't see any signs of life or movement at all.
Ooh, from a far distance. Okay.
You look out and you are moving towards a hill now, so you're slightly obscured. All you can really see is the kind of citadel in the distance,
Okay.
and then the mountainsides beyond it. But you, in looking through this spyglass, it is very unusual that you see nothing moving, not even a branch to sway in a breeze.
Eerie. Okay. Yeah, I report. I'm just like, there's nothing out here. Nothing.
That's great. We should be able to make good time then. And I start walking faster.
Alicia says, "Yes, it disturbs me a little bit. It's almost like the entire place stopped. Just stopped being all at once."
Is there any life that's underground that we need to be aware of?
Nothing that we found. There is some unlife.
Unlife. Right.
Ever get any weird vibrations in the ground or anything, especially near the citadel?
Not for many, many years.
When was the last time, would you say?
The last recorded time was when the heroes were in our lands.
So when the citadel returned, basically?
Yes. We'll have to cut through the battlefield to make the best time.
Just going to... How long would it take to go around the battlefield?
We may not make it in time for sundown.
Okay, yeah. So, all right, let's go through a battlefield in a land with a shroud of undead around it.
So, as you crest a hill, you come across this valley that has this kind of trench dug out in the center of it. And strewn about are destroyed siege engines, just like a sea of weapons, armor, and skeletons everywhere.
Oh, I got my hand on my sword. The good one.
The good one.
Got my hand on that good sword.
Oh my god.
Anytime I walk past a weapon, actually, correction, I'm running ahead of everyone and
Come on.
get into the bag of holding. So just at the end of
The weapons are like crusty and rusted and broken down. Some of them are half buried in the earth.
Yeah, Redan, the vault's only so big. Let's save it for the good stuff, eh?
Can I try to feel out if there is like any weapon that's somewhat magically
Although,
active?
actually, no, I take it back. We need scrap metal
Exactly what I
on
was
the goblins. Never. Yeah, I see. This is what I get for questioning you. Yeah, go for it.
Can I do an Arcana check?
You can certainly do an Arcana check.
At the end of the show, I'll just ask you how many weapons for scrap metal I picked up.
Sure
Oh
thing.
shit!
Just let Worm spin now. It'll be fine.
Sorry. I got the.
Give me another one without that advantage on it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Normal, please. There we go.
There, it's faint. You feel you feel a kind of faint magical energy lingering in the air here, like you're in the thick of it. Alicia kind of gingerly walks to the edge of this place, and she turns to everyone. She says, before the heroes, there was an effort by the lords of the land. They got some armies together and attempted to storm the citadel. This is the remains of that battlefield.
Anyone never thought to round up the corpses and burn them?
Nobody wanted to come back after this. Some of the corpses are the undead, and some of the soldiers. It's difficult to discern either way.
Well, they're all going to be the undead if anything that can perform such feats comes through again.
Possibly, although a lot of the skeletons are in such poor shape, I don't know what they would even look like if they were animated.
Mm-hmm.
I want to turn to Jabal and be like, I thought people that worship gods will want to have their friends buried in some ceremonial practice, not left out here.
Well, one, depends on the god. Two, sometimes something as strong as fear can outweigh the wants of a religion.
Mm.
All right, so Alicia kind of gingerly steps forward to the very edge of this kind of trench where the battlefield is.
Also, I cast Detect Evil and Good.
I've got my hand on the obsidian soul sever, as it now is, and I've got my focus kind of half on that just to see if there's any weird vibes coming out.
She has her blade out and her shield up, and she's just kind of carefully.
If she's doing that, then I'll draw to you.
Yeah, she's kind of carefully walking forward.
I'm running around looting weapons and double.
Just
copies.
a precaution. Redan, make a perception check.
Should this be a disadvantage? Because I'm really not looking for.
Yeah, make it a disadvantage.
I'm looting.
Taking cautions out the window. Wow.
Frick.
Doesn't
So,
matter.
as you go to reach for a sword, it rolls out of your reach.
Reach again.
It rolls again.
I start laughing.
Everyone turns and looks at Redan.
Yeah.
Worse.
What's
Hey.
so funny?
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! And like just going for it, like full on for.
We're
full
dead.
leg.
That's not.
Redan, stop.
No, but
no.
then
Don't.
This time when you go for it, it rolls away, and then like 12 other weapons move towards the center of this place.
Shit. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Run, 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 run.
I have, so this whole time I've got my Moonstone Hammer out, but I'm also concentrating on Detect Evil and Good.
Okay. This thing has neither of those intentions.
where it's collecting, do we see anything like in the middle of that, or we just see piles of weapons just being pulled like magnets towards something?
You see piles of weapons pulled towards the center of this place. They gather together and they form a creature with two massive arms, and one of the arms is a ballista. The other is a collection of blades. And we're in initiative now, folks.
Run the direction we're going. Run.
A better place to do
You can
that.
run on your initiative.
Yay, battle. It's been a while.
Yeah, right?
It has been a while.
Look, it's been a while since we had a fight, so we're going to do that now.
Good show, no?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we rolled. I was just thinking about that. Like, it's gonna be at least 2 or 3 episodes.
It's been a while.
It's
Been like a month, real time. Like,
All right.
Have we been in battle since the crossover episode?
no.
You had to have been one. I think you were in a small battle.
Several months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We get out of so much shit without fighting.
We do. We end up running
You do.
around
Yeah.
a lot.
All right.
It was that ballroom. That was when we last actually killed anything in a fight.
No.
All right, and Alicia is fucking rocking it. She is wearing her big girl paladin boots today. 'Cause, she nat 20'd on her initiative.
Nice.
Oh.
I mean, that's her job. So
Yeah, no, that's her deal. So
Totally forgot to get the longbow again. Shoot. Okay, continue.
I need a proper representation for this creature. Yeah, that'll work. Roop.
cute.
Oh my god.
That is both adorable and horrible.
I know. Cute. And then he made it big, and I was like,
So she runs up, puts down her shield, and pulls out her sword and makes a swipe at this creature.
Tank.
And a shine of holy light radiates out as she smashes it, and some pieces of armor and spears clatter to the ground.
Cool.
All right, next up, we've got Lilith.
Me.
Yep.
oh,
Been a
me?
while. Yeah, it's like me. I gotta go.
Oh, wait, what? Why didn't I put you at... Oh, sorry, Redan. Sorry, Lilith. I mixed you up. Lilith, go.
While
Hi.
she's going, remind me what's the extra damage on
On your thing.
my
What
thing?
can my board do again?
Swing with it, and I'll let you figure it out.
Okay. Well, I was gonna set it up.
I see.
Okay.
All right. Right now, you're doing an extra D6 of radiant damage.
1d6.
Did it look like that radiant damage did extra damage? Like, did it have any sort of effect to this?
Her swing was effective against it. This is just like this swirling cloud of armor and weapons, and just all the pieces of this battlefield.
Okay, I'm casting bonus action Mantle of Inspiration. Everyone has additional 8 HP. And I
right.
can pick it. No, that's not right. How do I do this one?
There
Did
you
you
go.
get it? Okay.
All right. Everybody's got 8 temp HP.
And you can also, each creature can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So if
There
you
you
need to dodge, take it.
Okay.
And then I am going to, oh my god, it's been a while. What are my spells?
What
Right?
can I even do?
What am I capable of?
As a reaction, we can use a free action to move up, or we can just use a free action on our turn.
As a reaction, you can move your speed instead of.
Right. I'm gonna cast Bane. So you need to do buttons. I press this button? No. Yes. Submit.
Okay.
Did it go through? Okay. Mental Inspiration and Bane has been casted. So the creature needs to make a charisma that's 15 or higher. Is that right?
Yeah. It doesn't make it. This collection of war weapons does not have a high enough charisma to resist your ability.
I mean, it does look pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's like a
what does it do now?
So it subtracts a D4. So roll a D4 for me, and that's what it's going to subtract from its rolls.
Okay, both attack and saving throws.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, no, I'm staying at a distance. Bard
Okay.
is the range fighter. I'm not getting close to that thing.
You're staying way back there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in the back.
All right.
Do I see anything shiny on the field by any chance? Maybe I'm doing-
There's tons of shiny stuff on the field. It has
I
built
mean-
itself out of weapons, but it is not made of all these weapons.
I'm talking about something that just kind of stands out like a sore thumb,
That's going to require a perception check, but you done used up your action.
I did. I did. That's fair. Okay.
All right. So
All right. Back to
he is
battle.
it's his turn, and he's going to grab Alicia in his big weapony fist.
Does that mean stabbing her?
Kind of.
You're right. Like what?
So it reaches out in this hand that's just made of axes and swords and wraps around her and picks her up.
It still did it?
Yes, it did. Even with the minus, it got a
Wow.
16 versus
Okay.
AC.
Okay.
So that's plus. But anyways, it works out in the math. He
yeah.
basically loses his modifier. So
Can I
he
react to
grabs her,
that by moving up?
and I don't know, you're not being attacked. He grabs her, and then with his other hand, which he produces, which looks like a ballista, jams her into it.
I
Just to clear up what a ballista is.
like like a giant crossbow.
This is going to be hilarious.
fire her.
He then points her
Oh god.
at the group of you guys.
Oh,
We are pretty freaking cluttered. I totally forgot to get away from you guys. Whoops.
Tosses some more implements in there
We're like bowling
and
ball.
fires.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna react by moving over this, just like run off in a angular direction. We can all do that, right? Everybody move.
Oh, what the?
Everybody use your reaction to move.
Yeah, is that a thing we
Come on.
can all do that, right? Should
Okay.
I give us all that? Okay.
I don't
All
have
right.
it. It's not for me
So
though.
Everyone will, so it's gonna die.
that's for everybody else. Okay, so this is. I just rolled 2 20s, an 18, and a 14.
Bye guys. This has been fun.
It was really nice playing with everybody. I hope we had a good time. This is where the
Wait, yeah. So how does
So,
this? how does this
Gilbetta
move
gets
as a reaction?
Gilbetta gets the 13 against her AC.
Hold on.
No, I don't think you can move. It says you're supposed to.
13. Oh, that does not hit.
Oh,
Okay.
provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay,
I don't know.
so Radan and Kashano, you guys get the crits, and Lilith, you get the 18 to your AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so
Bye.
a paladin is launched at you guys from this ballista,
Paladin.
along with a collection of various armor and swords as you're running away from this damage.
Go back to plan B and run. That tends to work a lot.
That was my plan A.
Plan
Those
A,
of
plan
you
B.
who have been hit,
Ah.
take take 20 bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage.
20 of each.
No, 20, and
Okay,
it
good.
is all of those types.
Oh,
You
okay,
can
good.
choose as you wish.
Oh, thank God. It does. It's irrelevant for me, but thanks.
Those of you who are crit, take an additional 6.
There it is.
Okay, thank God. I was.
That's not bad. That's not as bad as what. That's not as bad as what I thought.
It's not
Uh,
as fantastic.
So yeah, your movement it completes, but Alicia is prone over here next to Lilith.
Fun.
All right then.
Mm.
Gilbetta's turn, right?
It is Gilbetta's turn now. And the
Okay.
creature kind of like takes a step towards.
Gilbetta is gonna run up and cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. You are right close to it. You could thunder wave it right now.
Oh, can I from where I'm at? Oh.
Well, you could thunder wave it from there, but you might hit Radan, so maybe the other direction's better.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna run up, cast Thunder Wave. As soon as I
Alright.
can click on the thing, and then click on the other thing, and I'm gonna cast it at level 2.
Okay.
All right. Oh, it didn't roll.
No, it did not.
Okay.
But I believe it has to make a con save.
Oh yeah, it does. Okay, that's right.
All right. Its con save is 8.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not going to do it.
No.
All right. Roll me some damage.
All right. So I did it as a level 2, so that's an extra D8.
Okay. So give me that 3d8s.
D8. What?
Wow.
Okay.
I
Wow.
think that was just like a I don't
I
think
think
you
you
did that
typed
right.
it in.
No, okay, yeah,
Can't
you're
be
right.
right.
It's
That
rolling-
doesn't add up.
Rolling 3
There we go.
There
spaces.
you go.
Yeah, you don't want
Okay.
space in there.
That was I put a space in there. Yeah, fuck
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Okay.
That would have been terrible. All right.
And
That was
it
like,
is
wow.
pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay.
And any unsecured objects within the area of effect are also pushed 10 feet away from me.
So you hit it with the thunder wave, and a ton of blades and swords fly out the back of this thing and just embed themselves into the ground behind it as it kind of scoots back from this thunder wave.
That's what I was going for.
You feel like you've done a good amount of damage to this.
It's exactly
Next
what I wanted.
We've got Redan.
All right, so triggering my tattoo for stone armor,
Okay.
Mhm.
going to rage to larger size,
Okay.
and stepping directly in front of it.
Okay.
So that would be technically an action, bonus action, and I have one attack, so I will whip out my mace and take a swing.
Big Redan is big.
Big return is big.
Oof.
Yeah, so just that 19. Sorry, it's still anticipated.
Yeah, that's all right. The 19 is enough to do it. So you whip out your mace and you smash into it, and more weapons and armor fly off of this creature. And it doesn't make any vocal noises. It's just constantly this clattering of wood and steel. All right.
It begins scraping 2 swords together in such a
Yeah.
tone that makes a noise. Please! I just want you to talk!
All right. After Redan, we've got Kishana.
You guys seem cool. Alright. I'm going to run. Okay, so combat's kind of new to me.
Got it.
Is flanking a thing with him being engaged or something? Do I get bonus if I come up the side like this?
Flanking is no longer a thing. However, you can do a distraction to give advantage to other people. But right now, this guy's just kind of fighting everyone.
All right, well, I'm just going to come up on the side of him wherever I got to be and finally swing this sword. And the entire time I've had this sword, never swung it on anything. And now that it's got an undead upgrade, let's do this, baby.
And as he's doing this, Gilberto will shout, "Focalimbo!"
I'm going to shove it. I'm going to go to just shove it right into the middle of this pile and be like, I hope this actually works. Something.
All right, you stab it into the pile, and as you do, a bunch of blades clatter loose from it, and there's a burst of holy light and even more shoot out.
Hey, it fucking works! And this thing's undead.
Your bonus action.
Your blade echoes in your mind. Oh, that was a beating. There's nothing to eat here, but I would love to see this thing destroyed.
All right. And what's that about bonus action? What?
The inspiration when you were talking about advantages, I was like, you have something that can give advantage without thinking. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I don't know. I think that's all I can do, right? I don't have any extra actions.
Yeah, I think that's it. You don't have additional thingies.
Yeah.
Alicia, it's her turn back again at the top of the round. She gets up. She's like, "Oh my!" She kind of turns to you, Lilith, and is like, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Get off.
That never happened before."
Just
Okay.
get off.
She kind of gets up, pulls up her shield, takes a deep breath, and charges back into the thick of it.
Fucking paladins, man.
And she mutters a prayer into her blade that instantiates in an aura around her these shimmering soldiers that appear to be wood elves made of radiant holy light. And they all produce blades and stand at attention and turn to this golem and prepare to attack.
Yeah.
Nifty.
Wait. Let's hope that happens before it kills me.
Uh,
Real quick.
and now it's Lilith's turn.
Oh, okay. Right. So, I will take aim with my short bow. Hopefully that hits. Core, this one, fire. Does a 24 hit?
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
If it doesn't, it's really bad news for you guys. All right.
Yeah,
and
really bad.
more pieces fly out of this creature, and it kind of reels back.
Okay, and gosh, what do I have for bonuses? Been so long. I'm trying to remember. What are my bonus actions? I don't think I have any other spells that does bonus stuff. Sure.
All right, that's okay. There's other things you can do.
Yeah.
You
Other
can
things.
move
I
forward.
guess. Yeah. I guess I'll fly up a little bit. Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
And okay, map. So many windows to close. And I'll just, whee! Was that too much? I think it was. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just stay where I am. Whatever.
Okay. You just stay there.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I don't want to complicate things.
It's the creature's turn. This creature that I have dubbed Art Hillary. Yes, I'm proud of myself. Okay, so shut up. This swirling mass of weapons inside of it begins to spin rapidly, faster and faster, and then it bursts out around it.
Oh shit.
I want everyone within a 10-foot radius of it to make a dexterity saving throw.
I have healing word as a bonus. I
Are
forgot.
these squares 5 feet? Is that?
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a crit fail.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Red
Still got stone skin on though, right?
Too big. He can't.
Yeah.
He can't do it.
Still, he's big and he's got stone skin.
Yeah, Alicia didn't do it either.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
This gets the liability.
I should have cast healing word. I totally forgot I can do that.
So yeah, everybody who's in there take 12 damage of a slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning nature.
Ooh.
Don't know on the ground yet.
No, not quite.
Okay.
You okay over there?
Do I look okay? I don't look okay.
100%.
Not
I am
okay.
very cut up.
As this creature starts its turn as well, any of these radiant any of these radiant elven warriors in its vicinity leap at it and begin just cutting at it viciously with swords and spears, and it takes 3d8 of damage. And more pieces fall off, and it begins to spin rather slowly. Now it is going to do one more attack, and it's going to try and do a big old thump on Redan. And it gets a 13 versus
That is a
Redan's AC, which is
negative.
not enough.
With all the shit on, I'm at 22 right now.
Yeah, no. You're able to hold back these hands made of various weapons. And then we go into Jabetta's turn.
Okay. So it's looking pretty fucked up at this point, right?
Yeah, you guys have done a substantial amount of damage to this creature.
Yeah, I'm gonna just I'm gonna give it the old I'm gonna give it the old moonstone hammer.
Okay.
As soon as I can find it on my thing.
You're going to have to get closer.
I have to go around Redan.
Yep.
Big boy Redan here.
Moonstone.
Yeah, there's not enough.
Just need to stick to spells. But
that's
then
fine.
as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast just in the meantime to at least try to help a little bit. I'm gonna cast hold on, sorry. Again, it's been a long time. I've forgotten I had all my spells like memorized and what they were and what they did, and now
Then I didn't have to use them for a while.
it's been so long. I don't.
All right, what do you got?
I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on
Okay.
Kashana.
All right.
Sanctuary?
Sanctuary. And what does Sanctuary do?
It does that.
Okay.
Yeah. Any creature who tries to attack him has to make a wisdom saving throw. And on a failed save, it must choose a new target or lose the spell.
All right.
So that's like a combo
Nice.
with the Bane
Thank
too.
you.
So it's
All
not
right.
cool for that.
So, yeah, that's.
I
it's-
imagine this thing's pretty dumb. So
you're not feeling any remarkable intelligence.
yeah.
Dan, you're up again.
These two are going to be reckless and full 2 attacks.
Okay.
And I'm breaking out the Hallowed Greatsword.
All right.
Nice. Not 20.
Ho ho. So you bust out this great sword, and with ease, in your current form, you can wield this massive blade, and 2 big swings across this creature, just scatters broken weapons across this battlefield, shattered armor. It is on its last legs.
Okay, I don't know that. I don't think that doubled the damage on it.
2d6 plus 4 strength. 2 and 5. I don't know either.
But
Either way, I'll see if I
Oh.
can figure it out.
Yeah, I just it in there, but we'll figure it out later. All right, next up we've got Kashano, you're up.
Is Alicia still standing?
Alicia's still standing, although she looks a little bit worse for wear.
I'm gonna yell at her. We've almost got it. You can do it. And give her some inspiration.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna fuck it. Let's just swing away. I'm nearly dead, but let's see if we can finish him off.
Well, I'll just if you attack or the warding spell ends.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, in that case, I'm gonna use my action to disengage and move away
Okay.
here, and then
Oh, fuck.
that's my action number.
Now I can see how much HP you have.
Um,
Oh dear God!
an action, actually.
Huh?
You still have an action, I believe.
No, you can use the reaction to get away, but he isn't.
I'm not being attacked at the moment.
it's
so,
Yeah, he's not reacting.
You're right, you're right.
so yeah, I did that, and I gave Alicia some inspiration.
All right,
Like that, she doesn't die today. She's gonna die soon enough doing this.
Alicia dives in with a smite,
Smite. Yay.
and with her inspiration, another dice. Oh, she adds 6 to that smite.
Jeez.
That was it. You rolled a D8, right?
Yeah. Oh, I rolled a d6.
I think 6.
So,
is good.
Oh, whatever. Either way, she hits.
It's not
So
risky. 6 is good.
she swings into it with her one-handed longsword and cuts deep into this creature, and then a blast of holy light shoots down from the sky, causing it to disperse completely, leaving only this cloud of weapons laying on the ground.
Sweet.
Cloud of weapons on the ground.
Yes,
Any of the weapons moving anymore?
the weapons don't appear to be moving anymore.
Okay, can I turn off the scary music?
You can turn off the scary music. The fight is over.
Good.
Ooh.
So she dismisses her radiant army and walks over and lays her hand on Kashano. And Kashano, you are fully healed.
Fully healed. Oh,
Nice.
Fully healed.
wow, thank you. Oh,
I didn't even have to use a spell.
how are you? You're not looking too good there, Paladin.
I'll recuperate on the road. I'm very sorry for this. This doesn't normally happen, although we don't normally cut through the battlefield, but I understand we are pressed for time. My apologies.
I mean,
Jobetta says, "We did it with the power of prayer."
I'm not gonna say I told you so. Let's get going.
All right, let's
Scooping up those weapons.
set on. All right, you can.
I forget, with short rest, do you get HP back, or is that only with long rest?
You can burn hit dice on a short rest.
Yeah, you could burn hit dice on a short rest.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And we can, isn't there something, we haven't been resting either. We haven't had combat, we haven't needed a rest. Isn't there something we could do with playing music or something?
Isn't there a thing? Don't we know a song
Isn't there
for
a
this?
song for this?
A song for when we're resting? Yeah.
I imagine you guys have some kind of song.
I'm trying to remember now. Okay, what about short rest?
Oh, wait,
Can
Song of
heal.
Rest.
Heal. Can restore spells. Some spells. That's a
Long
lot.
rests can restore spells.
It's long rest. Oh my gosh.
How is everyone feeling before we move forward? Is everyone in one piece still?
I'm great. That was fun. I've missed that.
So what it says, that was kind of fun, wasn't it?
Yes, you guys can certainly handle yourselves in battle.
You make a great projectile. I will remember that.
Hit dice.
Before I put my
In fact, if we retell this story, I would like you to leave the first part out completely.
I mean, we'll leave your name out, but we're telling that part of the story.
Okay.
As I put away my sword, I whisper to it, "Don't worry, I'll feed you soon, I promise."
Okay.
It's kind of much more agreeable.
I don't get hungry in the traditional sense, but I am hungry.
I know the feeling, buddy.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm checking on the hit dice and stuff.
Yeah, Song of Rest. I forgot what the mechanic is because we never use this like all the stuff in the book. We don't use
Song of
that.
rest. I completely forgot of that. We had that too.
Guys, for those of you just joining us, we're a different kind of D&D.
We're a different kind of stream. We haven't played combat in a while.
We're a novella.
Fights.
All right, so yeah, let's mosey the F out of here.
Redan, as you're running around picking up weapons, eventually your bag just kind of leaps off your hip and starts cruising around the battlefield, sucking things up.
What the?
What? I'm just like
Did you put
watching.
Redan, did you put a cursed item in the bag?
It's possible.
and just wrapping itself around entire shields and then retracting back to its normal size and just like sucking up entire items.
I'm gonna pop
And
out.
eventually-
What? Actually, yeah, no, we have the stone back. I'm gonna pop out the stone and just be like, empty. Just a heads up. Whole lot of crappy old weapons coming into the vault. Some of them might be cursed.
Yes, I was wondering what that racket was.
It's Redan.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you could clear them of any sort of magical detriments and pass them along to the blacksmith.
I'll do what I can.
Bag. What are you doing? Come back here, bag.
Eventually the bag just kind of like stops and it's like full and distended and kind of rolls over.
I walk over and I'm like, good bag. Good bag. I need a name for you. That's a good bag. This is awesome.
It loosens its drawstring a little bit.
Yeah. Let's out what sounds like a belch for a bag.
Brap.
That's pathetic.
Twitch chat. I need a bag name.
Yes. What is the name of our bag of holding that
Ain't
eats?
that bad?
Nobody's even named the horse yet.
No, nobody's even.
We'll get
named the
there,
horse
okay?
yet. The horse's name is Horse.
Everyone gets a +2 for my Song of Rest. So
Awesome.
lame.
Or are we taking a short rest here?
Are we doing it?
Oh.
Maybe we shouldn't take it. in
No,
the
no. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm wrong. Okay.
Alicia says the best to rest closer to the citadel. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
to walk out in the open.
Ignore me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
So you journey on further into the Deadlands, and you eventually begin to come across this ocean of weapons just protruding out of the ground. And as you approach the edge of this place, Alicia stops you and says, "Do not touch any of them."
I'm looking at Redan.
I'm looking at Redan.
Why are you all looking at me?
Are you? Can you promise not to touch any of these weapons?
No.
Okay, we really, Redan,
Please pretend.
I'm going to Redan. I'm gonna make a suggestion
I'm like taking a couple steps back while you're doing.
that you go ahead and come through this and just follow the paladin and not touch any of these weapons. That is the suggestion I am making
I am casting
to
suggestion.
you.
Oh my gosh.
This is suggestion. What is is there a
He's supposed to.
I say, is there a save on this? What?
There's gotta be like charisma.
Yeah, this.
Okay.
Well, he didn't
Yeah.
make it.
Wisdom throw.
Whatever level of wisdom save.
My save is 50. All right.
That was
Great.
a good suggestion.
Alicia says, each one of these weapons represents an adventurer killed by the Dark One.
What?
Gilberta will stop. She's gonna stop, kneel, and say a prayer over the entirety of the battlefield.
All right.
All the
It's almost like a garden, like a field of wheat.
yeah.
Instead of stalks of wheat, there are blades.
Are they like sticking straight up, like kind of like gravestones, like just like
Some are slightly off kilter, but they are sticking primarily straight up.
okay. Yeah, Gilberta's gonna stop and say a prayer for all the lost soldiers, adventurers, and the everyone before she does anything else.
Do you see the building too, or no?
Oh yeah, you can see this ominous black spiky spire jutting out of the sky, and it almost seems like itself, it's just kind of slightly tilted now that you get closer to it. She says some of the blades are enchanted, some are haunted, some are cursed, some are booby trapped. I was told that the Dark One used it as a kind of early security system,
Makes sense.
a trap for anyone who attempted to harvest it. It's uncertain how much of it is still operational.
How much of the like the graveyard stuff, the traps
Yes.
and such? All right. Well, I don't want to experiment with it. Let's just proceed through.
Very well.
Can I
I
have
can
this
recognize-
speaking stone?
Sure. Hand it back to him.
Is
What's
there
up?
anything I recognize from the vision? All the weapons?
You recognize the layout. You recognize this place.
Okay.
You know,
nothing
it
here.
looks just like it did in your vision, but
Okay.
nothing specific.
I am determined to find those 3 items. That's just basically my goal.
They're not going to be in the field. Okay.
Times pass. Things move around.
Yeah, stuff
Might be. They might.
doesn't fall out the window into the garden.
I mean, someone might have gone in there before and tried to do a stealing thing. I don't know.
All kinds of things could have happened.
History's blurry.
Yeah, no, history is blurry. So as you guys come to this place and you move through this field of weapons, I want you guys to make a perception check for me.
What do my human eyes perceive? Oh, more than usual.
Ooh, a lot more than usual.
I'm gonna take out my little scopy scope thing.
Your scopey scope.
Yeah. See farther at the distance.
Oh, ho! Lilith, you zero in on it almost immediately. The rows seem almost perfectly arranged. There is a weapon missing.
Over there, as I point.
And there is a row of blades, and then there's just one section, and you can still see the hole where the blade was sunk into the ground. And it appears that one has been taken.
Do any of the blades have any sort of marker indicating who they represent or deities, anything? Just
Absolutely And in fact, your guys perception checks, everybody got pretty well good enough for it. But you notice some of them have marks of noble houses. Some have holy symbols on them. Some have what you assume are adventuring group insignias. And they just such a wide variety of them. There's every shape and kind. Some have personal markings, some have family engravings. But the area where the blade is missing is near the end. And you've noticed that as you progress through this, the blades closer to the citadel look older.
I want to go investigate the place where it's missing a weapon.
Yeah, does it look like there's any sort of pattern to the insignias on them that we would be able to discern what is missing?
There doesn't appear to be any patterns to the insignias, just that as you get closer to the citadel, the blades get much older, and this spot would have been the blade closest to the citadel.
Alicia, any idea what used to be here?
So I was gonna say, I assume none of this has been cataloged if no one wanted to get this close.
I don't know. It's if this whatever was supposed to be here would have been the first person slain by the Dark One.
The first person slain by the Dark One.
We are no detectives.
Yes.
Too bad Insper's not here.
Is there any legend of who the first person slain by the Dark One was?
It is before anyone even knows.
Wouldn't it be Lilith? In the story you're telling, didn't the Dark One kind of start his whole thing with the Squire, turning him into Darius Daring? Did turning him into Darius Daring require slaying him?
Requires what now?
Where the Dark One, when he turned this Squire gentleman into Darius Daring, did he kill him to do that?
I didn't see. I don't think he did, though. It was quite odd. I didn't see the vision until I saw this book called The Power of Transference, so I don't think killing was involved. I think he just buffed him up.
Is the Dark One the one who killed Darius Daring? Who killed Darius Daring? The adventuring party? This whole
Yes.
legend's got me confused.
What has happened to Darius
It's
Daring?
difficult to say. The adventuring party immortalized in the statue at the gates assaulted the Dark One after its citadel replaced the capital.
Yeah.
They were joined in battle by Darius Daring, and at the end of the battle, all parties were dead.
All
Even
right.
Darius Daring, he died.
Yes.
But that wasn't the beginning of the Dark One slayings, right? But some of these were here before
No,
that.
that was the end.
Yeah. So whoever slayed it first, whoever he slayed first.
Maybe it's just a coincidence and someone took a blade.
I mean, it seems like a pretty big coincidence. You walk through all of these blades and happen to take the one that would have been. I mean, somebody chose this because it was special.
I don't think anyone died. I mean, except for the party members. It's like an act, a show, or something that the Dark One wanted to make, using Darius Daring as a puppet. I mean,
Now, there were theories that perhaps Darius Daring was created by the Dark One.
it's not a theory, Alicia. I've seen it. The Dark One did create Darius Daring.
But why?
He said something that he wanted to end adventuring. He's tired. So all I can think is that they put up some show, an act, a play.
Quick Avalon powwow, Alicia. You don't mind if we kind of step to the side here real quick? Just have a little chat.
Little
It's-
powwow.
Sure. Okay.
Hey,
And as you guys stand in the shadow of this place, it feels like it's full on night.
Oh, we should definitely take shelter soon, somewhere.
hey, you guys.
Hmm.
And Anyone else noticing a little bit of a through line of intentions here?
No.
What?
Who else do we know who's working to end adventuring?
So many
Sirik.
people.
It was Sirik, last time I heard. He's been trying to make a deal with.
No, Sirik's just kind of waiting it out. He sees it as an inevitability. The person actively working towards it would be the one who's building an automaton army of adventurers.
Owen Stone?
Yeah.
I want to kill him.
And
Well,
let's not
this might be a lot more complicated than we initially thought.
let's not forget that Owen Stone had people for what 8 years investigating these lands.
Yeah, guys.
And they could have even been lying to us, saying that they don't go without the paladins. They might have someone skilled enough to go without the paladins and gave Owen Stone some of these weapons that might be missing here.
That's irrelevant, don't you see? Owen Stone is the great old evil one who's been terrorizing the countryside for generations. Like, I feel like that's the headline here.
So
We really
okay, so if
Fellas.
Kashano, I'm with you. I don't disagree with you, but how does he, if that's the case, why work for Zelos?
A cover?
Cover. Unless Zelos is in on it and he's part of it too.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Or Zelos is as far as we're concerned at this point, Zelos and Owen Stone are basically the same person until we find any division between them definitively. But Owen Stone seems to be the actor in most of these situations. So I mean,
The brains of the operation?
any different, I don't know, but any differentiation between them is irrelevant. Whether one is the brains or they're not connected or they're not even working together, we're not sure yet. But point is, our shit's a lot deeper than we may have proposed. Obviously, somebody's feeling a little hassled by adventuring parties. You get enough adventuring parties, it's just a fact of numbers that if you're powerful, eventually an adventuring party is going to come take you down on one side or the other.
I want to look specifically at the so we have the blade that was the closest. I want to look specifically at like the second, third, and fourth blade, like the ones that are next to it, because I assume that this probably, I don't know, it may have been, but if it was a party of adventurers, maybe we can glean some information off of.
The second, third, and fourth blade all have the insignia of an adventuring party.
What's
Can
that?
I history check to see if I recognize it?
It is of the same
Of legend?
adventuring party. And you can
With
see if
Cookie?
you recognize the insignia.
It's ready on that button.
Is that history? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's history.
Okay. Do you recognize it, Kashana?
It goes further back than you know. But the symbol, which I can tell you what it is a circle with a cross through the center. And it is KOA or KOO. Sorry.
Ayo. Sorry.
I was thinking, how cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
KO. All right,
You
that's
said
cool.
these were functioning almost as tombstones, correct?
As tombstones, security system, deterrent, they had a number of things.
How
What
often do your party come here to fetch these weapons?
Not often. We don't generally allow most parties to the Citadel.
And where are they? We just kept with you back at the encampment
Nothing.
area.
Nothing is taken from this field.
I respect your ideas that you don't take something like this randomly. However, if you're wrong, Someone now lays here without a tombstone.
They wouldn't be here. The Dark One didn't leave bodies.
Without something to represent them being here.
Yes.
Perhaps we should replace something with a sword I took from the earlier field.
Oh, perhaps.
And just reach in, find a random one. I personally don't care about where my body lies or other people knowing of it, but some do, especially in a situation like this. I'll leave this idea to the group.
I'm gonna ask her. Do you know anything of the first adventure? If there was any tales of the first group?
Goes beyond this place's recorded history. The Dark One didn't like to leave notes.
I'll take the sword that Rodan took out and grab something out of my my performer's makeup kit, my disguise kit, whatever, like a grease pencil or an eyebrow pencil or something, and copy the symbol from the ones surrounding it.
Okay.
Do you suppose it was likely the same as the ones directly around it?
That makes sense.
Or should we not assume? I don't know.
It's difficult to say. I would say it's possible.
Perhaps leaving it blank would be best.
Yeah, let's not speak for anyone. Let's just think.
All right.
But this is, I definitely think that we should look into who this group was.
I will clean the sword with prestidigitation.
Is the fifth sword different? You said the second, third, and fourth were that. Is the fifth sword different?
Yes, the fifth sword has a holy symbol on it.
Okay.
That you've never seen before.
Okay.
All right, so you putting the sword in?
Yeah, I will.
All right. You sink it perfectly back into the spot. And then you feel it hit some resistance and then push down. And the ground shakes.
Uh-oh.
And a section of earth at the foot of this citadel rises,
Backing away from it still.
revealing a stairway.
Nice, Rodan.
Key. It's a freaking key.
I totally meant to do that.
Apparently it's a lock that'll take any key.
Alicia says, that has never happened before.
Exception
Alicia, I would say that until some things are confirmed with your higher ups, even after we get back, that still never happened. Yeah.
Let's take a look inside.
Well, that's
Take
absolutely.
a look.
Before we go in,
Zombies.
Echoing out through the land.
Hell no.
And then she says, and that has never happened before either.
So did that sound like an echoey, like
Echoey,
encompassing-
coming out of this thing.
Dan, you just released the dead.
before we go in, I need to speak to MT1 really quick.
You
Right
guys
after the
decide.
break.
Right after the break.
Oh, I'm getting some Resident
We're
Evil
gonna
vibes.
take a break,
I
and
don't
then we'll come back
I'm
to this.
so glad we came here.
To anyone who's new here, hit us with that follow. We do have at 300 follows. We've got a lovely giveaway. Tell them what we got for them.
I've got all this stuff. And you know what? We're probably going to go with this here dice container with these heavy metal dice. Sweet. From our good friends at Kakapopo TCG. So you can find them on Etsy. That's KAKAPOPO.
So you two can break your table with that heavy metal dice.
They are heavy. This D20 is like, oh God.
Yeah.
That's got
I'll
some
be
heft to it.
assaulted.
So yes, make sure you get those files in. When we get to 300, there's going to be that giveaway, and make sure you tell your friends about us too. But
Absolutely.
And just saying,
For now?
so we're going to Gen Con next week, so
Oh,
maybe
we are going to be, well,
something
you guys are going to be at
that
Gen Con
might
next
be
week.
given away.
well, I mean, everybody can hear more about that at the end, because I know everybody who's
We'll talk
watching now is going to stay through to the end, right?
Yeah. So, and also, if you can, in the comments, give us some names for this bag, guys.
Oh yes.
Let's
Name-
come up with a bag name.
I'm already leaning to
Yeah,
Holdo
Holdo Baggins is really
That's
Holdo
pretty fucking
Baggins. It's
incredible.
pretty good.
All right, how about naming the horse?
All right, come up. Yeah, name the horse or the bag. Holdo Baggins is pretty good, though.
Hey,
You don't
I'm
have to
saying
eat Holdo Baggins.
Julnea fucking not is
All right.
Everything has a name. The mule has a name. It's Petey.
Yeah,
Pretty.
Petey the mule.
All right, when we come
All right.
back.
Back in a little bit.
Bye bye.
Hey everyone, in this video we'll talk to you about how to be a good attendee at a convention.
All right, so we've had a kind of convention survival guide before, but we didn't really talk about things that you can do to make your experience and other people's experience better at convention.
Sort of an overall etiquette guide to attending a convention, and it's a good thing to know if it's your first convention, if it's a big one, a small one, or if you're a veteran and maybe you think conventions are changing from when you first started to go. All right, so let's start off with this one. Practice good hygiene. I don't think we have to like dive deep into bad stereotypes or anything like that, but for me, just shower daily, wear deodorant, and plan for the fact that sometimes these conventions happen in places and at times of the year where it's really hot. I think we can leave it probably at that.
Yeah, and kind of off of that a little bit, just in the fact that like con plague is real.
Oh,
A
yeah.
good way to, if you see somebody that you are meeting for the first time or that you know, maybe not super well enough to be like, oh yeah, we know each other, to know like, oh yeah, you're a hugger, yes or no.
Yeah.
A wave is a really good way, a gesture to say hello instead of a hug or a handshake. One, you're not invading somebody else's personal bubble,
Yeah.
and maybe they don't want to be touched. Maybe they're not a hugger. And also, with a handshake, you're not exchanging germs.
Yeah, which can happen with a handshake. I know that's why a lot of people like fist bump too, but I love that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's in the video. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. A wave, it's a good first introduction type thing. You might have people might have picked up on this a little bit. I'm just a tad extroverted. I love people. This is where I get my energy from, being out and doing stuff and meeting folks and all that kind of thing. Not everybody is, but I would say part of having fun and being a good con goer, you're probably going to be in a lot of lines. And talk to folks. Like, say hi. You're both at the same convention. I bet you got a lot of things in common. So say hi to folks. Try to strike up conversations while you're standing in line. It can make the line go quicker. You can
yeah, definitely.
meet new friends, find someone to play a pickup game with, and all of that kind of stuff. But like I said, I'm an extrovert. So, you know, maybe if I meet somebody who isn't, I say hi and ask how they're doing, a couple of things. And if they're not really biting, you know, if they're not in on this, they're probably going to be really polite to you and say hi back and answer your questions. But if you start to get the vibe that they just sort of need their own personal space, don't take it personally. You've killed a couple of minutes, and then you sort of go back to your own little space there.
And for those who are more introverted, I think it is good to kind of realize when maybe things are getting a bit too much and find opportunities to take a little break, whether it's just taking some time to be like, I'm gonna check in on social media or check in on play a game on my phone or something, because that can kind of close into your own little world for a little bit and ignore everything else while you're in line. Or if it's, hey, I'm gonna go take a stroll outside of the convention center, get some fresh air, because then even if you take a little bit of time, that's going to mean that the rest of the convention, you're probably going to have a lot more fun and be in a lot better mood. And also, hey, if there's somebody who is being super friendly and talking a lot and stuff like that, and you need a little bit of time, just say, hey, I'd love to chat in a little bit, but I just need a couple of minutes to myself.
Yeah.
One tip, this is especially good for if you are meeting folks that you know through like online forums, or you're running into like us, is when you introduce yourself, go up and say hi to somebody, is to say, introduce your name and then add context of, hey, I'm Dawn. we chat on this Discord channel, or I watch your videos, because then it helps the other person clue in. And also, if you do that, then hopefully they will also give some context, because there have definitely been times where I've been chatting with somebody going, how do I know this person? How do I know this person?
Yeah.
And then something gets like said, and I'm like, oh, right. We're Twitter friends.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've only seen this little tiny picture of you.
It's the Inigo Montoya rule.
Yes.
Like, state your name, state the context, give your expectation for the conversation. I'm Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Who are you? Context, expectation. My name's Ryan. I watch your show and I really like it. I can't wait to see the next episode, and I wanted to get a selfie. There you go. What else do we think are really good tips for being a good attendee at a convention?
So with cosplay, always make sure to ask before taking a photo. Now, a lot of convention centers do have areas that are like taped off as this is places for cosplayers to go and stand for people to take pictures. So if there's somebody there, I usually like kind of hold up my phone and make eye contact, and they'll nod and I'll take a picture. But if it's somebody just walking around the convention center, ask before you take a photo,
Yeah.
And that also goes with non-cosplayers, but maybe celebrities or other folks just ask before you take a picture.
A tip that I've got, if you're at one of the conventions that has a lot of games, whether it's a board game or especially with RPGs, is take chances. Take risks. Allow yourself to maybe play in a way that's a little more daring or a little more out there than you normally do in your home game. Your home game, you might be playing for 2, 3, 6 months, 3 years, or something like that. We get really attached to these characters and we want to hold on to them. But most likely at a convention, you're playing this character once for 4 hours. So have fun. Don't do stuff that's going to get the whole party killed or anything like that, but allow yourself to take chances and have a little bit more fun, maybe play a little riskier than you normally would, and lean into that, sure.
While still making sure not to like cross any lines with other players at the table.
Oh yeah, by playing riskier, I don't mean like bringing up things that are clearly inappropriate, but just, things like running in and be like, oh no, I absolutely will be stealing the crown that's hanging on the side of the throne because no one's looking. Yeah, that. Not like hurt kids. Don't be a jerk. That's clearly not what we mean.
Yeah. Or even just playing a different character than you usually do.
Yeah.
Like, I tend to play a lot of clerics and magic users. So when I go to conventions, I'll try and be like, okay, I'm going to try playing the tank this time. Just to get an experience of playing something a little different and seeing, hey, maybe you really like that. And if you don't, it's one game and a couple hours later it's over. And you have had that experience.
And it's not just about how to make sure you're having a good time, but it's how to be a good con goer in general. If you're having fun and taking risks and not getting upset when things don't go your way, probably the other people at the table, they're going to feel freer to do that. And now not only are you having a good time, but you're helping other people have a good time. And I know that you've said a lot of the times at conventions, that's a big thing, is realize everyone's there to have a good time.
Yeah, everyone's there to have a good time and give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, if somebody bumps into you,
they're going to. It will, yeah.
Or somebody is short with you or something like that. I always just like, hey, it's crowded. People are not getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
They just, something else is going on. I'm not going to take it personally.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Everyone's having a good time, or at least they're trying to, but maybe people are tired. Maybe people are stressed. Maybe it's just hot. Maybe they're hungry. Hank and John Green say something. It's awesome all the time. Imagine others complexly. If you have an off day, you weren't trying to be mean to anybody. Well, maybe that other person was just having a slightly off day. And you know what? Also, maybe they're just a jerk. But don't let that jerk ruin your good time. Smile, shrug it off, and go to your next game and have a great day.
And another tip for when you're playing games is to be mindful of not monopolizing the game. So if you're somebody who tends to talk a lot and tends to kind of take the reins, that's okay, but then also pull other players in. Say like, hey, what is so-and-so doing? Or I'm going to go do this with this other character. So you're kind of pulling them in, but also let other players make their own choices. Don't make the choices for them, but involve everybody at the table. And you're going to have so much more fun if your character is playing with the other characters and not just doing their own thing.
And if you notice someone being left out, something that's really cool to do is make sure that you try to specifically include them. Now, maybe they're having a great time by being quiet, but if they just seem to keep getting skipped, maybe try something like if the GM points to you and asks you what you're doing, be like, oh, I know what I want to do with the lever over there, but, David, you had something you were just saying. It sounded like a really good idea. What were you trying to do? Mm-hmm. Pull someone else in and those kinds of things. And again, it goes back to it. If you're having a good time and helping facilitate others have a good time, everyone then has a really good time.
Yeah. All right. So those are our tips on how to be an excellent convention attendee. What are your suggestions on things you can do to improve your own convention experience as well as the other attendees' experiences?
Yeah, as well as don't forget to check out some of our convention survival guides, things to pack and ways to help plan. Convention season is absolutely upon us, and I hope that we get to see a bunch of you at the next one. We're going to be at Gen Con in August, so if you see us, come, say hi, wave, and we'll see you there.
A big thanks to our patrons, especially Arvi. If you want to support our channel, you can head over to our Patreon page and check out the perks of being a patron.
So until the next video every Tuesday and Thursday, or until the next convention, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn.
And this is Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Bye. I said that weird. Wristwatch.
In 1849, some damned fool found gold in California. Hundreds of thousands of other damned fools raced across the untamed country to claim their share. The locals, the outlaws, the bandits, the burning deserts, and the freezing mountains made sure only the toughest survived. 19 years later, in 1868, California fell into the sea during the biggest earthquake ever reported, and tens of thousands of damned fools died. The new West Coast went from Mexico to Oregon. Everything west of that became the Maze, a series of jagged mesas towering over the sea channels below. It wasn't a complete loss, though. In the aftermath, they discovered pockets of a rock that burned 100 times longer and 100 times hotter than coal. When lit, it put off a puff of pale white smoke. It also howled like tortured souls when it was burned, and long-term exposure to the rock, or the smoke, caused strange mental effects in those that handled it. Those that first found it called it Ghost Rock, and the name stuck. It didn't take long to convert traditional coal-powered steam engines to operate on Ghost Rock, and with the power-to-weight advantage of the new material, it wasn't long before smaller engines were in use. Horseless carriages, Ghost Rock-powered ships, and even steam-powered rapid-fire weapons are still as rare as hen's teeth, but they do exist. Or so you've heard. There's even stories of a device that uses the Ghost Rock directly to spew gouts of flame onto the enemy. It ain't been no picnic politically, either. The Civil War that began in 1861 has been horribly and agonizingly prolonged by the use of Ghost Rock weapons by both sides. It's still going on now, in 1877. The inevitable weakening of the two main proponents has resulted in a fractured nation. There aren't two factions on this part of the continent anymore. There are 6. An organization calling itself the United States of America controlled the north of what was once one country. President Ulysses S. Grant is trying to claim the whole of that country for his side and refuses to acknowledge the other nations. In the Confederate States to the south, President Jefferson Davis needs to get that Confederate state recognized as a nation to get himself reelected. Ruled by the strong-willed Sitting Bull, the Sioux Nation has recently bloodied the nose of the Union at Little Bighorn. Custer is rumored to have survived and may be putting together a mercenary army bent on revenge. Since Ghost Rock was discovered in the sacred Black Hills of the Sioux Nations, thousands of white prospectors violated the borders in search of riches. This caused so much trouble that the leaders finally allowed the whites to mine the Black Hills, but only if they would not stray from there, if they paid a fee to the nations, and if they lived only in the treaty city of Deadwood. Those who strayed outside these boundaries were considered trespassers and subject to Sioux law. The penalty was invariably death. A mysterious cowled figure known as Coyote has drawn together a coalition of Cherokee, Comanche, Creek, Seminole, Kiowa, Chickasaw, and Choctaw First Nations, promising the same success as the Sioux have in their lands. Very little is known about this Coyote Federation. They stick to themselves and almost never leave their claimed territory. The Mormons, aka the Latter-day Saints, aggravated most of the people back east, and so their leader, Brigham Young, packed them off as far from New York as he could get them. They ended up in Utah. Salt Lake City was founded in 1847. A few years later, Brigham declared the nation of Deseret would govern itself until such time as a properly functioning national government was convened. He doesn't expect to give up his nationhood anytime soon. Salt Lake City is often called the City of Gloom because of its incredible factories. These factories build ghost rock-powered devices of steam and steel. The constant cloud of ghost rock soot that hangs in the air and permeates certain sections of the city give it its less than cheerful moniker. Although not seen as a nation, or even as a potential nation, Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma are called the Disputed Territories. But don't let that fool you. They are relatively free of the war only because they contain such a high density of railways and trails passing through them. What with troop transport, moving equipment and feed for the soldiers and their horses, transporting all other forms of military equipment, and the occasional heavy crate of pillaged gold, all sides in the ongoing war are up to their necks in debt to the railways, and so a deal has been struck. Everyone uses the railways, and no one blows them up. Because of this deal, this area is booming financially. The railroad barons in particular are piling up the profits. They are also acting as the de facto government, unelected, uncontrolled, and unbridled in their pursuit of more power and money. After the Great Quake of '68, remember that, a few survivors, led by one Reverend Grimm, made it to the new coast and started the City of Lost Angels, also known as the Celestial City. It is a circular city set around the Church of Lost Angels. The Reverend Grimm preaches against the coming of the railroads. He has declared a sovereign state just this year. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, game creatively. Bye.
Something.
Got a lamp over your head. We're back.
It's like a thing. Hello, welcome back to the Mercenaries of Mischief. Sorry, I'm doing a thing. When we last left our heroes, they had discovered a hitherto unknown entrance to this spooky citadel.
Intentionally.
Intentionally.
you're just
Wholly on purpose by doing a cool thing.
Your deception says otherwise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That 0.
It went down like he did it, and he was like, I meant to do that. Everyone saw it.
I can see that
That was the thing that I meant to do, and now you all saw it.
happen.
Not exactly, but okay.
If we are going into this spooky place, I could benefit from a little rest.
So there's this massive citadel with a small dark stone walkway leading up to 2 massive doors that have holes where the locking mechanism would have been and are barely kind of hanging off their hinges askew. And then you have this raised chasm that this voice has come out of.
So are
These
we
are the
going...
2 entrances laid out before you.
Yeah, are we going through or under?
Well, it looks like the main tower's been ransacked.
That's true.
We're short on time.
Does anyone want to try to see if they recognize the kind of moaning sounds these creatures are making? Like, what is it?
I guess we'll find out. And Gilletta's gonna walk towards the
Seriously, Gilberta, hold on. We just said a couple people need a rest here. How's our paladin doing? How's our pally wally doing over there?
She has healed herself up with some minor spells on the road.
Okay, Redan, how bad is Redan looking?
I'm about halfway to bad.
I'm gonna hit my hit dice.
Can we? Are we going to be able to take a rest at this point because we already opened the thing?
Yeah, I don't know how long is it?
How about this? If
At
you
least
guys,
it's about noon.
if you guys want to take an hour, I can stand guard. I'm fresh.
I
Paladin
would
took care of me.
from a little break. I also want to speak to MT1.
Okay, so yeah, I guess if we'll try to take a short rest here at the mouth of this cave full of bellowing souls, and Lilith can do her song of rest because I'm not going to be able to rest with you guys. I'm going to stand guard and alert
Alright.
if anything happens. I am perceiving hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really get any benefit from a short rest.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hit.
Because
it.
I'm at full health. I didn't take any damage. So all I need are spell slots, and the short rest isn't going to give me.
Well, do we want to just burn some potions? I've got a couple of minor
If
healing.
you guys just want to keep going, I'll keep going.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get anything from the short rest. I'm burning hit dice to get
Good.
HP.
All right. Well, hold it. Well, Redan, at least take one of these. I'm gonna give him one of my minor
Nice.
healing potions.
1d8.
Oh, actually, you know what? I still have all my gold coins.
Well, I also.
Hey, Redan, you want some
Oh
chocolate?
yeah, chocolate! I totally forgot. We do have chocolate.
Scarf these down. 20 temporary hit points.
I still
haven't-
have 30 of those, but
I
if I
gave you
need
guys all these treats.
I haven't taken any sips of my healing water from
Oh,
the.
I wasted mine.
Yeah.
Oh.
all right, well, screw it. I just want to talk to MT1 really quick.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, eat some chocolate. Do you need any of my chocolate?
Everyone.
Are you there, MT1?
Yes.
I spoke to someone earlier about the Black Citadel. Apparently there's a library. Do you know anything about it?
The library in the Black Citadel is linked directly to the plane of air.
That is
On
really
entering,
good.
one is pushed up by currents of air and then can summon books as they need them.
How do you summon the books?
You need to think of a specific volume.
Start thinking of loud things.
Is there a way to summon based on a topic, or do you need to think of a specific book?
No, you need to think of the specific volume.
Do you have any knowledge of specific volumes that I could think of?
You said you are in the Citadel.
We will be in soon. We have also found a secret door.
Yeah, do you know anything about this secret underground stairwell?
There's nothing in my records of any secret underground stairwell.
Oh, good.
However, in regards to the library, advanced necromantic methods.
I mean, yeah, we can pick that up for Pin, I guess.
I don't.
Is there anything else?
All right, fine.
Any volumes you can think of?
The advanced necromantic method seems to be the most likely to be there.
Oh, so this is limited. It's not like we can summon any book.
You can summon any book in the collection.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you know of any books on werewolves in the collection?
It is possible, although I can't think of anything specific.
Damn it. If you happen to think of anything, please let us know.
I will do so.
I mean, I can just try throwing out some legendary books.
Right,
but
yeah.
These are legendary books. I don't even know if they exist, let alone if
not?
they're in this collection.
All right, let's do this. Gilberta,
All right.
can we agree to move slowly and methodically?
We'll see.
Believe
All
me,
right.
I am saying this. We should probably do this.
The next question
I
is
agree.
which entrance are you going into?
I mean, gotta go spooky tunnel, right?
The one with the moanings.
Yeah.
I think we should go to the library first, just in case we do anything that triggers this tower to disappear.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good point.
If
You're
you
full of good points.
But
today.
do we-
All right.
Are we sure that one entrance won't close if we?
Well, we know people have been upstairs.
Yeah, but
There's
have they
practically-
been upstairs and then this entrance doesn't open to them? Like,
if you pull out the sword, won't that close the entrance?
Oh, thank you so much.
Welcome, Spitty Spitfire.
don't
I don't-
know.
Welcome to the academy.
What if we pull the sword out and then we can never reopen this entrance?
Do we
I mean,
have to? Can't I
that
just
seems
run 10 minutes?
Yeah, no, it seems unlikely that after all this time, it's going to be a one-off thing.
The other entrance didn't close, though, did it?
No, it's just
It
the
hasn't
front-
closed yet.
front
right?
of the citadel.
No, let's go check out the main
Yeah, fuck
citadel before. It looks like it's been run through.
All right.
I mean, do we want to close up the lower thing just to make sure nothing gets out while we're in there and traps us in?
Up to you guys.
Oh, does this citadel have any windows or balconies or anything?
There are a number of balconies jutting out at various sections at various heights.
All right, hold on, again. Hold on a second. I'm gonna climb up to the nearest balcony and take a peek using my shoes as backline.
Can I sniff to see if
Oh.
it smells deathly down there?
Down there.
Yeah, down there. If it smells deathly.
It does smell deathly. It's not a good smell.
Oh, maybe the paladin can see if there's any good or evil down there.
There is evil everywhere here. The ground itself is evil.
Yeah. That's...
All right, fair enough. So yeah, I'm gonna cautiously kind of then kind of peek into the balcony and until I can see in the citadel and see what I can see.
You peek onto a balcony. On this balcony, there is a large, heavy door.
No windows, nothing I can look in on this place.
No, this place isn't big on windows.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm gonna fly up there just for fun and just be like, "Hey!" from behind. Sorry.
Oh, so she sneak up to me?
Yeah, she's sneaking up on you.
That's right,
which-
she's got flying
she's not gonna
shoes.
like frighten the citadel. the building leaps up.
I forgot she had flying shoes.
I try
Fancy.
not to abuse them. Keep it
You're
subtle.
way underdoing it.
You scared the bricks right out of me.
Let's see if I was scared. Yes, I was scared.
If you
Okay.
could scare the snail that's, that-
You actually rolled
Paladin.
for that.
Paladin, can you stand here while we go to the library?
I am obligated to join you wherever you go. I don't have to enter the plane of air. I can wait outside the room.
I was just thinking more in terms of making sure nothing comes out. I would have thought that was more important to your mission.
Now you're making it difficult.
what if I stay here? Are you obligated to join the majority of us, or
it's easier for me if you are together. Okay, you know I haven't done this a lot.
I start walking towards the main entrance.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
I'm gonna stay by the secret stairwell entrance just for a minute to see what she does.
She kind of like is walking with Redan and looking back at you, and it's like, okay, there's a lot of weird stuff happening today. Could you just not, please?
Look, hey, Alicia. Look,
Yeah.
it's all right. I understand.
Oh god.
You're nervous. This is probably, maybe a little above your pay grade. It looks like it may have been mismatched. They may have not quite understood who they're bringing out. But you know what?
I don't think anybody was ready for this.
No, but you know who you're
I
bringing
don't
out?
think this was going to happen.
Hey, Alicia, it's all right. It's all right. You're with the Avalon Knights now. We're going to take care of you, okay? All we need you to do is just stay here, and if you see anything move, yell real loud, all right? We've got the situation under control, and this is definitely a persuasion.
I'm sneaking away while he's doing this.
Okay. What is that persuasion roll?
It was a big 19.
Oh, all right. Jesus. Okay, I guess if you get in trouble, just yell, and I'll wait out here.
Sounds good. All right. I knew you could do it. You're going to be fine.
I'm gonna laugh if Puck had this paladin
And
prepared.
I'm leaving her with some fresh inspiration.
Okay.
Do we still have that message scroll?
You gave
Or
one
whatever.
to Sharp, but I think you had up others.
I didn't.
Don't
Because Shawno
waste
had them. I
one
don't
on
know.
NPCs.
All right. So, who's all going into the main entrance?
Yeah, I'm going.
You going?
Yeah, I got to see what's in there, baby.
Okay.
I don't know if this is where my instrument is. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And you said up in the tower was no windows, right?
Yeah.
No, it was all. Oh, you saw it. All doors. It was adorable.
All doors. Doors.
I think that
Adorable.
I think that the people that are best with the undead should maybe stay by the.
Are you going to stay back there?
Yeah, unless anybody specifically like.
Well, the paladin is staying there. So if
Yeah.
you and the paladin stay there, I think we're pretty covered.
That's what I'm saying. Like.
Yeah.
All right.
Toshano, can I have I need to send a message to my sister.
You still got that scroll.
Huh?
You have a scroll.
Oh, you gave it to me. Okay. Okay. Who
All right, we'll head in.
has the sending star right now?
Redan.
I
The
do.
guy.
Do you need it?
No, it's okay.
All right. So, Jabetta hangs outside with Alicia, and 3 people go into the dead tower all on their own.
Split the party in the Deadlands at the Black Citadel.
So you go inside, and the place is lit fairly well. It has this kind of light blue light.
Party going on. This place is lit.
This is straight up lit, yo. I don't know why I didn't bring you there on your screen. Why are you still on the old map?
I'm still it like blinked out of existence, but then popped back to the same map on my screen.
Yeah.
Bloop
Oh, did it again.
and bloop.
No, did it again.
All right, well, guess you can't go in.
I guess don't get that one.
It won't let us in.
Can't do it. Can't go
Just
there.
standing there
We
like
bang and we bang on the door. And it just
And it
won't
just
open.
won't let you inside. Can't
We're
do
like,
it.
render the map. Render the map.
Render it. Has it gone up yet?
No.
Nope.
This can also be a theater of the mind thing, from what I understand.
Well, frick, we're gonna have to.
Main floor, doorway to the left side. Like,
We're gonna have to, or you're gonna have to reload the page. But either way. All right, so you guys step in, and it's this kind of massive entryway. There's fallen pillars. It looks like it's fallen into a bit of disrepair. And
Here we are.
directly ahead of you, there is this balcony There are 2 stairways leading up, and underneath the balcony, there's an archway that leads into a hallway.
Perception. See if there's any booby
What's
traps.
this in the middle of the room?
This in the middle of the room is probably some ruins. Oh, yeah, there's a symbol on the floor.
Yeah. Do I roll perception or no?
Kind of a pentagram. Yeah, you should. You can look. You can Dungeons and Dragons as much as you want.
All right. What is that there symbol? Does it look like a holy symbol? No. It doesn't look like nothing.
It doesn't look like nothing. It looks most unsettling. It's eerily calm in here.
I am single-mindedly moving towards the library, but staying well the fuck away from that symbol.
Okay.
I am going to get...
Do I feel any magic from it?
You don't feel any magic emanating from this immediately.
Okay. Wait, how do you know where the library is now?
He got directions.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay.
All right, I am keeping the fuck up with Redan because I can't handle him dying here.
I guess I need to refresh. Can't see nothing.
Yeah, if you reload the page.
Yeah, okay.
it'll come
All right. So, Redan, as you round that corner, this statue at the back of the room bubbles and gurgles, and you can see that the statue itself has been destroyed. And from the kind of pile of rubble,
Oh, shoot.
it kind of rumbles and bubbles up some acid and just kind of leaks down the side.
Are you about to start freestyling? From the pile of rubble, of bubbles, of rubbles.
I got it.
Yeah, nothing. All right.
I was told it was on the left side from the main room, but to the
Yeah.
left doesn't.
And truthfully, you can see right about here, there is the outline of a doorway.
All right, going over.
Oh, hold on. Is that thing moving?
Yeah, I just want to see if it's a trap again. I'm gonna be that paranoid one, I guess.
As each of you come in here, the statue kind of rumbles a bit and just bubbles out more, like just spurts of acid, like it's trying to trigger a trap, but it's so destroyed that nothing's happening.
All right,
Wait, you're saying?
Matrix leap through the door.
Okay. So Redan leaps at the door and full on presses right against the wall. And as he does, the door slowly fades away and then he falls in.
Laughing all the way. How much damage have I taken from that? Because I was not going light.
No, you were not going light. You
I
are
see some
taking
fan art from
4
that.
damage as you ram yourself face first into this wall.
Sorry, how much?
4 damage.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you all right, Redan?
Then we may not want to make.
He can no longer hear you.
Oh.
He has fallen into this plane of air now.
Oh, I'm going to put my hand against the door and just push lightly.
All right, and the door disappears.
All right, I'm going to walk on through.
All right, you walk through.
Okay, I follow. Look, I'm not
Well,
right.
it follows. All right, so this place, it's like you're standing in a sky field. It is just the clouds, you're way up in the air, and you feel like you should be falling, but there are these constant jets of air underneath you holding you aloft. And I need everyone to make a dexterity save to see if you can kind of stay upright.
I fly. I got my boots activated. Does
Yeah.
that matter?
Not quite, because your boots are affected by these air currents as well.
All right.
Shano, you stay upright. Redan, you stay upright.
Dexterity save.
It's really nothing to grab onto in here.
And Lilith, you stay upright. You have good control over your boots.
Can I push them if they're just hovering and they can't be, if they need a direction, I can like kind of push them since I can fly with my boots.
Well, hold on. I don't think we need to move.
Movement is a little tricky, but you're able to kind of negotiate it as best you can.
I start thinking advanced necromantic methods.
Okay. You think about advanced necromantic methods, and a swarm of flying books starts to streak across the sky. And it
Whoa!
comes closer and closer to you guys, and one comes out and flies up to you, Redan.
I am taking hold of it.
All right.
Just holding it in my hands right now.
You reach out, and any animation to the book where it was moving or doing anything stops the moment you touch it.
As they're flying by, I'm going to try to read a spine if any of them are close enough.
They are not close enough to reach for.
Lilith.
No,
Lilith.
well, can I see the title on a spine? I'm just trying to read.
Give me a perception check.
Lilith, use your little eyepiece. Find some of those title names.
Okay.
Kashana was
19.
fascinated to figure anything out.
Nope.
Nat 20. Holy crap, we see it.
Did you just think about it? Is that how it works? Redan?
How did that happen?
Yes, I just thought about it.
Lilith, you see a history book, histories of the Forgotten Continents that you can kind of read off the side of it.
Okay.
Redan, you see a book on advanced lycanthropy, and you also see a very large book in there.
Does it have a title name on it?
The Grimoire of the Void.
Just put it all in the bag of holding. Let's put it in our vault. Let's do it.
I'm making sure to think of these books, but I'm not putting them in the bag specifically. I'm just holding on to them.
Okay, you think about them. The lycanthropy book makes its way over to you. The history book makes its way over. The book, the Grimoire of the Void, slowly breaks off from the group, and this tome is enormous. You would have to use both hands to hold it open. And it slowly kind of floats up to you.
Very gingerly taking hold of it and placing it on top of the others.
I'm going to just think a couple of shots in the dark.
Yeah, I'm not being
Say-
greedy from here on out. Everything's up to you guys if you want to history check it.
I'm just going to think the Grimoire of Vecna.
Nothing.
The Enchiridion.
Nope.
Lich.
The Diary of Owen Stone.
Nope.
The Diary of Zelos II.
Very specific.
He didn't say nope.
You didn't.
He hasn't said nope yet.
Exciting.
When you say of Zelos, you see the group, the swarm of books move towards you and then stop.
The Diary of Zelos I. The Diary of Zelos III.
Again, it responds to the word Zelos.
Lilith, can you read that title?
Yes. Do I need to
Not
roll it?
quite. I gave you guys the ones you were able to pick out with your rolls, but it's difficult because this is like a swarming mass of books.
Okay. I guess I roll another perception, or Kashana, you can just point me the book that you see.
Right, a biography of Zelos. I'm thinking, and I'm kind of like I'm looking at like one of those.
Can I reach for it?
And I'm
now?
like, guys, Zelos is doing something. There's something here about Zelos.
Can I reach for it now or no with my boot?
Are you gonna fly up and try to get it?
I'll try to. I'll look at Kashano and be like, "What are you trying to do?"
I'm trying to. They're responding to Zelos. There's a book here about Zelos. I'm trying for the diaries, the grimoire of Zelos, the history of Zelos.
Did we learn his?
And
The conquest of Zelos.
It responds to history and Zelos.
all right. So I'm gonna try to.
The
look at
history of
book
the House Zelos.
and,
A book flies out of this.
Oh.
20 questions. Howdy, Green.
I knew he could do it.
Ah, yes. Okay. All
It
right.
flies up to you.
Alchemy of immortality.
Nope.
Intro to chronomancy.
Try to necromancy.
Chronomancy for dummies.
How
So
does-
I'm happy. I got
This whole scene is like, what will Sean give us?
I got the House of Zelos, baby.
No,
Oh,
I
fuck
have
yes.
in my head what is supposed to be in this cloud of books. So I was really impressed that you guys actually came up with asking it about Zelos.
Kashano, man.
I had to try some wild shit first.
I'm looking around. How does one exit this place?
That is a very good question.
Oh, shit.
I start thinking exit.
You start thinking exit, and a portal kind of forms beside you.
I try to go through it, but before I do, I said, I think of the word exit. And
Exit to where?
I thought of the word exit.
He's gone. It's not.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh boy. Okay. What about Darius Daring? Anything about the Squire?
I'm just gonna think. Oh yeah. I guess I'm gonna stay with. Oh. She's still doing
Are you
stuff.
staring? Nothing comes out.
Anything for contracts?
Contract law.
Contract.
contract.
When you think about contracts, the swarm responds.
What was that? What were you trying?
Contracts. You
Um,
and I seem to have an issue with contracts at the moment. Maybe there's.
I'm going to think magical contracts.
It responds on contracts, not on magical.
I poke my head back in.
Infernal contracts.
Oh no, you could no. There's no poking your head back in. I'm gonna tell you where you went in a moment.
Oh, shit.
Infernal contracts.
Infernal contracts, it responds a bit more.
Infernal contract law.
Like it went away.
The book comes up.
Oh,
There you go.
thank you. What about yours? Sirik contracts or Zentarium contracts?
History of the Zentarum.
Not here.
Blood contract law.
Nothing.
Nothing.
What if you mentioned symbol?
I think we got more than we can hope for here. I say we
Anything about the Lich? More information about the Lich?
Horrible liches and how to kill them.
A guide for dummies.
No, man. Not happening.
I think our own library may have more
The
useful information on
voiced
that.
kind of liches.
The voice kind of liches.
The
And how do you fuck them up?
Life's a lich, and then you die.
No, unless you've got ideas. I'm out of ideas because I think we've milked this one dry.
I had one and pop in my head and I forgot it. Shoot.
I don't want to push the limit. Otherwise
Yeah.
we'll take something away from us later.
Push it to the limit.
This feels like the mirror. Like we need to be kind of gentle with this one.
All right.
Whatever you gonna do.
Where exactly did Radan go?
I don't know. I can't tell you that.
I don't know, but do we want to try to follow him where he went, or go back, or try harder to go back where we came from?
Should we think of like the entrance of this building? That kind of exit?
Well, if he didn't go to the right place and he's there alone, it could be a bad situation for him. Although he did kind of violate a cardinal rule of if you go off alone, you die alone.
He does have all the books, though.
I reach out, I hold Kashana's hand and be like, let's go.
All right.
I guess
Exit.
separated.
We'll think exit.
All right.
Exit.
So you guys tumble out next to Redan,
Oh, thank gosh.
and you are on a cloud that seems as firm as earth beneath your feet. And there is a large, blue-skinned, bearded man kind of reclining in a chair made out of cloud.
How large?
He's kind of a heavy, kind of a...
Oh, not giant large.
No, not like giant large. He's about the size of you guys, but he's kind of portly, and he's sitting back, and he's drinking wine, and he's being fawned over by these women that almost look like fairies or angels, and it looks like they're actually made of solidified air currents.
Can I see it is?
I'm going to immediately think about the library again.
As a player, I have a pretty good idea what it is, I think.
Do you know what it is? How are you going to try and discern what it is?
I mean, like, do I say it out loud or should I roll for it? Because
you can say it out loud or you can roll for it. What do you want to do?
I'm assuming this is like somewhat connected to the air elemental plane, and we're looking at.
Oh, thank you so much, Predator Judah.
Thank you. I think this is an air genasi of some sort.
I'm thinking about the library. Does anything happen when I think about the library?
No, nothing's happening.
Is this guy looking towards us?
Yes, he is.
I turn around fairly slowly and put all the books into the bag.
In front of his
Good call.
yeah. Do that.
Hello.
Hello. Yes,
Welcome to my sanctuary.
I'll try to slip that back to him as well.
Your library is amazing. Oh my god.
Oh, it is not my library, but thank you.
Who are you?
I am Dalices, Djinn of the Air.
Sorry.
I'm actually being quiet because he hasn't turned hostile on us, so I'm gonna let whatever's happening happen.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we?
Are we?
This is my sanctum. It was payment for making his special library.
Who's he?
I did not get his name. I'm less interested in these things.
What did he look like?
He wore a dark cloak. Very quiet, sinister individual. But he gave me these treasures and this beautiful place and my wives.
Did he by any chance wear glasses?
He did not.
I turn into him, Zelos, and what the shit?
Owen Stone?
Yeah, Zelos, Owen Stone, and Blackwind.
Ah, that is an interesting trick.
Did he look like any of these gentlemen?
No, I'm afraid not.
How long have you been here?
Oh, hundreds of years at this point.
Why are you here? What was the deal?
Well, I did not see much reason to leave. My energies, they maintained the library.
Oh.
Source for the library. Okay.
Do you know if there was anyone else in a similar situation as you that helped with the construction of the tower citadel?
Not that I know of. This is my own little pocket of the plane of air that I'm able to maintain here. I don't know much of what happens outside.
I suppose this benefactor must have been quite powerful to be able to grant you a personal section of the plane of air.
It was some powerful magic expended for sure. Although I would like to leave at some point, once the service is complete.
How is the service completed?
Well, if the contract expires or if somebody who's the lord of this place releases me,
Expires how?
it is destroyed.
I don't want to be rude. You seem like a really interesting person. But we're on a time frame right now. Is there any way we can leave and come back? Can you grant us something that will pull us back here?
Well, I imagine you could come back the same way you came in.
What we are doing, we are trying to take hold of the tower. Thus, we could set you free if we're successful. Is there a quicker way to
Oh, the lord of the tower, he would not like that.
Is he still alive?
Well, my
No.
friend here is suggesting that we will become the Lord of the Tower. But
To be
I
fair,
do-
I haven't seen him in quite some time.
and you said you were quite comfortable here too, so I don't see the rush.
Oh, no rush at all.
Do you know this individual well or not? Is he a stranger to you?
And no, I do not know him very well. The agreement was made, and I had my little home here.
How did you meet then?
He summoned me.
Summoned you.
Okay, interesting. How do we get back to the citadel?
Ah, I will open the way for you.
Okay, just want to make sure that option was there. Oh, also, I'm so sorry. How rude of us. We are the Knights of Avalon. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Ah, good to meet you as well.
Yeah. So, well, this was interesting.
And he takes a big swig from his wine glass, and then he whistles. And
I'm eyeing that glass.
trundling up from the side of him is this automaton with this large glass orb where its stomach should be. And he reaches out his wine glass, and the automaton dispenses wine into it.
Oh,
And he
what?
takes a long swig.
Is that part of your payment as well?
Yes. He never runs dry.
May I try some?
We're
Of
on
course.
clock. No.
Have a drink.
No.
Yeah, it's
no.
gonna take more than one drink to get me drunk, honey.
Here we go.
Do you know? Did the Lord of the Citadel did he make other such little friends as that?
I'm not familiar with his hobbies.
All right. Interesting. All right.
In your opinion, could you discern whether this person you've talked to is good?
I don't think so.
Huh? You don't think he's good, so he's bad?
Fair enough.
Or
He didn't seem like a very nice person.
okay.
All
and,
right.
If we were to try to remove him from lordship of this tower, do you have anything that could help us?
No, I'm afraid I'm not into that kind of business.
What kind of business are you into?
Politics.
Eh.
No, the business I'm into is little work like these, but now I have this life of leisure.
You wouldn't happen to have any connection to cloud giants, would you?
No, they do not reside in my realm.
No, I didn't know if guys had like an elemental cousinship going on or something.
I turn to the group and just like, not to be a dick, like I could stay here for the rest of my life.
I agree. Let's roll.
But I think we need to get back with Gilbetta.
Oh, and to sweeten things up, if you can free me, you may have some kind of reward.
Oh, so
Perhaps
you
one
do,
of my treasures, or my good friend Tipsy, or maybe one of my wives.
Tipsy?
so you do want out if the opportunity arises?
Absolutely. But as you said, there is no rush.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dalices.
Pay attention, Kashano.
Talises?
Dalices.
Dalises.
Did I get a drink or not?
Oh yeah, you got a drink.
Okay, how was it? Great.
It's really good stuff.
Can I pour out my water bottle and put
Absolutely. It happily dispenses wine into your.
This is great.
We need to do this intervention like so fast.
Yes, we do.
I mean, I don't see this. Hey, as far as I can tell, this is the first glass she's had all day. This is not bad. Didn't even have a breakfast beer.
Thank you. It's nothing but grapes. It's grape juice, you guys.
Okay. Well, Dalisi, thank you so much for your hospitality and for the information. It was a pleasure meeting you.
No
Do
problem.
hope we get to stop by again. But
How is the tower doing these days?
not great. Seems to have been somewhat abandoned. Part of it abandoned, maybe. We're figuring that out. But once we get a status, we'll come and let you know.
That is unfortunate. I did notice a sudden drop-off in visitors to the library.
Are you aware that there's a creature living underneath the tower?
I'm not aware of much that happens outside.
Oh, hey, quick question, actually. Do you happen to have knowledge of the contents of the library?
I know a few volumes. Is there
All right.
something specific that you are looking for?
What was it that we were looking for, guys?
We were looking on how to revive the dead at first, but you end up talking with Kellumbor. Which we
well,
did that.
What about
Weapons that fight knowledge.
anything about blood contracts, archliches, similar topics such as those?
Oh, does he know about Zelos? Does that ring any bell to him?
There was a compendium of great archliches in history.
Was that what it was called? Great archliches in history?
Yes, and there was also a grimoire of Dracolich.
Grimoire of Drac.
Thank you so much, JDCO Commando. JD Commando. There we go. I got it. I figured it out. Welcome to the academy.
We worked it out eventually. It's fine.
Give me a minute.
Anything that might indicate exactly how? Well, now we cleared up that how my contract was required. That's a really good question. Anything regarding Vecna?
Ah, yes. There was a volume known as The Nature of the Hand.
Does that make any mention of the eye?
It may.
Is there anything on immortality?
No, not so much on immortality.
How about chronomancy?
No books on chronomancy either.
What about a Tarask?
Not to my knowledge, no.
What about weapons? Powerful
Oh my God.
weapons.
Ah, the Tome of Living Weapon.
Mhm. I mean, we were here to look for weapons. So yay.
What about any other libraries that exist like this one? Or old libraries?
This is the only one that I know that I operate. There may be other jinn that operate others.
That is good to know. Can you send us back to the library and then out?
Of course. Just say return, just think to yourself, return to the Citadel, and the portals will open for you.
/return.
Thank you very much, Delices. It was a pleasure, and I will return.
As you wish.
It has been, yes, an absolute delight meeting you.
Wait, where are
Take
we
care.
going?
I'm going to have some more wine.
We're going back to the library.
All right.
Where's the tomb weapon located now?
There's a book about weapons.
library.
We're going to the
Book.
library.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've got
It's
them
a tome,
all.
not a tomb.
Okay. Cool.
Huh?
Cool.
I've got them all written down and marked off in my inventory already.
All right. So now that you guys have the specific volumes in mind, you acquire them fairly easily.
Yes.
And then make your way back out into the Citadel.
I believe we should not tell the paladin about these.
Mm-mm.
just
I'm on
in
board with
case
that.
They search us when we return.
Slip in the bag. Slip in the bag.
Verdan, if she asks any questions, just stay quiet. Let me and Kashana answer if she has any questions.
Let's go.
All right. And you fall back out in there, and the statue spurts and rumbles again.
That was a good haul, guys. Woo!
That was good.
All right. Okay. Let's see what else is in here. But Redan, please, slowly, so that we don't awaken any more statues of acid. The other ones might not be broken.
Right outside, we have no idea how long has passed when we were in another plane of existence.
That's true.
Well, I kind of need to find something in here, and I'm not sure if it's upstairs or downstairs.
How close are we to the entrance right now?
You're pretty close.
Man, quick stop shouldn't hurt.
I mean, come on, Redan.
Jabetta's just outside with Alicia right now. It's like,
I will stay with you.
Do they do
All
this a lot?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Run off into-
Okay.
Yeah, Jobetta is like
I'm going to
25 minutes, and then I'm
I say we
Going
clear this floor and then go up.
It has been at least that long.
is it really?
Yeah.
All right, so probably that's when we bump into each other then. So I don't know.
You gonna come in? Are you coming in, Jabba?
Yeah. Well, and outside, I was gonna send
Yeah.
the scroll. I don't. Is it?
So I'm going to come up to this corner. I'm not gonna go all the way around the corner. I'm gonna get the little hand mirror out of my disguise kit or my performance kit or whatever it is, and do an around the corner peek with it.
All right. You do an around the corner peek, and around this corner, you can see spears jutting out of the wall
Mm.
that have been snapped to the side, like
Mhm.
somebody ran through them.
Huh.
Like Rodan style?
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take the step around then, and I'm gonna slowly proceed and like check the floor.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna probably be so cautious as to do a full hands on my knees investigation. So I'll just call it perception. Good.
All right.
I'm gonna
And
walk forward.
Gilbetta, you finally show up in the room and kind of pull up the rear.
But outside though, I used the scroll to contact my sister.
Okay. You let me know what that scroll says in some form later. You
Okay.
don't have to say it out loud.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to. Unless
I
you
mean, it's
desire.
a pretty simple message.
Okay.
It's like, hey, come to Primo Paso. I found the temple.
Okay.
Get over here.
Get over here.
All right. Does she receive a reply?
Not immediately.
How far is it from Primo Paso to where her sister's located of a trip?
Scene.
Huh?
You just get seen. Yeah.
Oh, I was just curious how much of a travel it is.
How far it is it's
Yeah.
quite a ways because she is back in the mountains on the Sword Coast.
Ooh, okay, it's like a week's travel kind of thing.
So Sean, as you move up, you do see there is a mechanism on the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna point it out to everybody and step around it.
Okay.
Oof.
Please don't step on this. Here. Not sure if anything's reset.
I
And
want
then
to
I'll come-
assist.
I do the whole what? Which one? This one, and like hovering my foot over it. Like what? This one? This one right here?
Doesn't
Does
fit.
he-
You've done that too many times, Ren. I'm not falling for it again.
Does he get advantage if I assist with his perception things? If look there, look here. Okay.
So I'll do the peek around with the mirror again.
All right. You
I'll-
peek around the corner and there is some kind of light at the end of this hallway.
All right, I'll stick my head around. Take a look at the floor before I take a step. What? Do I get another roll because I'm being helped now? Is that what's up?
You
Yep.
get an advantage.
Hey.
Nice.
So
All
yeah,
right.
so as I proceed down this hallway, I'll be perceiving.
Okay. You proceed. You do not see any traps in this hallway.
Dope. Coming down to the light.
All right. You come down to the light. It appears to be some kind of teleportation circle.
Don't walk.
Oh shit,
Bye.
guys! Do you recognize this? It looks kind of like the we took out of the, when Kashana the Wild jumped us in that place, then we ended up in the other place, the Trask. We jumped back over to the place in the water. Deep.
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
No, but we should take a real good notes on the arrangement of these stones.
Yeah, that's fine. But
Because
The last
we can
time-
figure out how these
the
things
last
work.
time it put us in the room with a Trask, so I don't.
I'm going to investigate the room for any sort of guide to this thing. Is there a book sitting around here with that?
I would
There
like to
is
draw out the pattern in my book.
Do we recognize it from
Oh, shit.
before?
should we stop back at the library and see if we
Anything
can
about Trask?
think up a book about about how to arrange
Oh,
teleportation circles?
I thought you were going to say Trask.
That's up to you. I don't want to be
Different.
brute.
I'm gonna
different portal.
actually. I'm gonna see if do I even understand how teleportation circles work to the point where a book would be helpful.
Give me an Arcana check.
Sure.
Yeah, Teleportation, what? You know exactly how they work.
Yeah,
Your game
right.
doesn't know shit.
So do they? Is it like, do you need a specific combination to get to a specific circle, or is there kind of a universal language to it?
Generally, they like one circle is linked to another specific place.
Okay.
So do we
Okay.
recognize the pattern?
Because we had to.
It looks a lot like the last teleportation circle that you guys saw.
We don't jump in. That's
Do
right.
I think though? Do I know that if I were to mimic this pattern somewhere else, would it take me here? In the way that we kind of rearranged.
If it was properly attuned to the location.
Oh, okay. So a pro's got to come in and do the calibration.
Do the
Got
motion.
it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, I'm not about just jumping in that. I don't think we have time for that.
down the secret stairs we found them. Good, great.
But yeah, after we've taken thorough notes on this and given the place a look over, not going to touch it.
Okay.
Before we don't know what's going on with the stairs, and God knows what's going to lead up to whatever it is, let's make one last visit to the library and just pick up that book you were talking about. You said you were looking for warps and stuff. Sorry, my English.
I don't know if such a book exists, but it's basically somebody's got to come in and attune the circle. So it's not like there's a field guide we can do to punch in coordinates or anything. So it wouldn't help too much.
Not a GPS.
I mean, unless it's actually, you know what? Let's see if we can just get a book about teleportation circles to help us learn how to use them. Because I think I remember hearing mentioned that there was at least at one time one back in our mage tower.
Okay.
There might also
Also-
be a book like that in our library.
Check if there's anything about the Trask too.
We already did.
We did?
Yes.
Oh,
got it now.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to pop into the library again.
Okay.
Which way's the library?
Here.
Oh, okay.
You pop in. There's no books about teleportation circles.
I'm gonna pop in.
Okay. All right. And I'm gonna say, oh, did you want something?
I'm gonna pop in too. I just want to see it mostly.
It's
Okay.
pretty cool. I'll tell you what, when you're done, try not to be too long. When you're done, just think about returning to the Citadel hallway.
Okay,
And then
I
pop back
pop
out.
in.
Boop.
I pop in and I think about the Deep Dura.
of course.
No books come out.
Okay.
Damn it, I pop back up.
I think. Well, of course, I think about Salune because I mean, you never know, right? Whatever. And then I think about Blackwind. See if
Okay.
that does anything.
Nothing comes out for Blackwind.
And then I think about KOO, or the words Knight's Order.
No, the disguise kit is endless, like our rations.
Rations, what?
What's a ration? No.
We don't eat.
Yeah, no, nothing comes out for that.
Nothing for any of those.
Nothing for any of those.
Think about what was the other thing? I had another thing.
Okay.
I don't remember what the other thing was. I think about like plans or
Battle tactics?
no, like
What kind of plans?
Battle tanks.
plans or blueprints
Weapons.
or architecture.
Mm.
Nothing like that kept here.
And then Nautilus.
Nope.
History of the Citadel? Caw.
Yeah.
Caw, history of the Citadel.
Well, I think about the word citadel. The word like citadel.
Nope.
Just as a the keep. Avalon Knights Academy. See if anything pops.
Nothing for Avalon Knights Academy either.
I think this place has been empty longer than AK's been around.
I pop in and I think of the
Are you just popping in and out?
This is the rest of the show, guys. Welcome to the rest of the show.
The entire show is just sitting in this library.
We're
like,
trying to guess the names of books. For those of you just joining us, we're trying to guess the names of books in this mystical library.
Orb of Thunder, Stormlord's Temple.
Ooh. One of the chat members got something good on there. Javetta related.
no response.
Oh shit! I just remembered something, and I'm gonna go back through the door. Temple of the Twin Sisters.
A book flies down.
Yes.
That's what you were looking for. I'm gonna pop it into Gilberta's hands and pop back up.
Nice.
Oh,
I love that you're just like.
I had names of those fucking storm dragons too. Oh,
That's buried deep within
where them notes at?
my notes. Let's see.
I mean, look, we got
and
the
for
Grimoire
the rest of the, thank you so much,
Commando.
JD Commando. Appreciate the cheers.
Oh God, what was that?
we have the Grimoire of the Dracolich, so that might give us some poke into that whole situation.
Yisfindir
Yes, there you go.
and Azadir.
And Duke Calgrath.
Nope.
It's too much.
What about the name?
Everybody's just poring over their notes.
Yeah, right.
Like, what about this shit? What about this thing I don't know much about?
Okay,
You
I'm
knew
calling
this
it.
was gonna happen. Okay, I don't know what.
I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
Uh-huh.
Wait, the Mighty Nine.
The swarm is getting smaller.
What about Drogoth Stoutbeard
Nothing.
and what? Kagathagotha, the name of that
Okay.
dragon lich that fucking attacked us.
We have Grimoire of the Dracolich.
Nope.
I was thinking specifically of that one.
Of that specific Dracolich.
Yeah. I don't know how to fuck pronounce it. I got it written out.
We have so many books. I don't know if there's a limit to how many books in this library that you check out, but it's going to be some hefty fines if we don't get them returned.
This is gonna be a pissed off person when he comes back.
Right?
Yeah, right. He's like, my fucking library.
I like how everybody's like, this dude's totally still alive, and he's gonna be so mad.
I'm not convinced he's dead.
I'm worried about the Genasi.
Hold on, I actually want to pop in for 1 second for one thing.
It's like everybody's like, "Do we got it? We good? We're good." And Lilith's like, "One more thing."
I'm done.
I'm curious. I know I already have one from what's his face, Noab,
Yeah.
but I'm curious if there's another version of it, the Power of Transference book.
A book flies down.
There we go. That's the one I was forgetting earlier. I was like, there was something about
Right? Oh my God, Pen's got to be dying right here.
Ben's like, all these books. You better
said-
bring that shit back.
Yeah, we're not.
He said he would throw bits in if we would just stop this.
He comes back. He's come back. Do you guys get any books? No.
Yeah,
There were. Can you believe it? The place you went, there was no books at all.
Dude, book-free library.
There's a
Yeah, no.
continent full of
Ransack.
illiterate people.
Are there any
Heads
books
up.
on the history of Prima Passo
No.
or the history of the Deadlands themselves?
I got you the Temple of the Twin Sisters. Let's roll.
Heads up to everyone. I've got all these in my bag of holding
yeah,
listed out.
I passed the book to you too. That way, it's in the vault, safe now.
We're just gonna keep on going like this.
Seriously, let's,
No, I'm
let's
good.
go underground because we got to call this.
Let's wrap. We still got to go upstairs, man.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Do we?
We need more time.
Oh no, Tamarick, I don't think this place is old enough to have books on the Kashanos, unless the Kashanos go way back further than I am aware of. Which might be.
There's only one way to find out.
So-
Think of Kashana. No.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's not a field of interest.
Yeah.
You have to think about the person and what they would own.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
let us. We gotta go upstairs. I guess see what's upstairs.
Yeah.
Those lead down.
Oh, those lead down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Which hold on. Which way do we want to go?
I want to go the one we opened.
Do we want to go back out? Okay. Let's hope they're connected. I don't know.
I want to hear if there's any moaning sounds from these staircases then.
Nope. Everything is eerily quiet here. The only sounds you hear is every time somebody re-enters this hallway, this statue gurgles and bubbles.
Well, now if it's all quiet, go check it out real quick.
Yep, let's go.
There's an instrument here I need to find. I'm not sure what it is, but
An instrument.
Cannonball said there's an instrument here that'd be of great interest.
Where is it more likely for it to be an instrument left? Is it more likely to be where everybody's already been, or where probably nobody has been?
Who knows? Maybe it's in an instrument library.
Okay, you know what? This is a good point. Let's
Maybe there's another place we can go to and like order instruments.
For all we know, it could be in that warp.
Pan flute, give me it.
Yeah.
Drums.
All right, let's take a quick peek.
Take a peek.
Taking a peek downstairs.
Quick peek.
Curiosity. We don't want to put your efforts to waste. I know you built this map.
No, look, I built so many maps.
All the maps.
We're cashing in
We
bank
use them
maps at
eventually.
this point, guys.
We're adventurers.
Alright.
We explore.
All right, let's see what's down there.
All right, let's see what's down there.
But I was gonna be fucking
Loading it up.
pissed if we don't go the other way
Let's see.
at some point.
That's true.
We're loading up. So
We have
as
to
you
make-
guys head up to this place, the pan flute on your belt, Kashano,
Mm.
blows a tune as though like a breeze went through it.
Is it a tune I recognize?
No.
Hmm.
And before you see the spectral images of the same party that you saw immortalized in statues up at the front gate.
Just because Shauna that can see it?
All of you see it.
Uh-oh.
Guys, this happened when we found the flute. You guys,
Yeah, I remember.
You see the party
will never forget that for as long as I live.
these guys weren't there though.
coming up through the main doorway, and they look to their left, and a gout of acid sprays across the hallway at them.
Right.
Until one of them rounds the corner and charges the statue and demolishes it.
I like that guy.
And then?
And then you see the halfling of the group move their hand over a section of the wall and find a secret opening.
Ooh.
And in that opening, they remove what appears to be a mummified hand.
Somebody call Pin.
Yeah, is anyone else looking at pen? I
Is
was
it
like,
right hand or left hand? Right hand or left hand?
what are we doing here? Pen should be here.
It is a right hand.
Damn it.
And that's what
Switch
handy is,
spots with those guys. That's handy's right hand.
And on that ghostly image, that is where we are going to end things for today because we are out of time.
Handy is in fact the right hand. For those of you keeping score at home.
Yep.
This is perfect. It gives me a full week to think of book titles.
Oh my goodness.
I should know every time I
I
give
don't know
you
why
guys
it's
one of
like-
these fucking things. I should know by now.
You gotta build some sort of time limit mechanic into
It's
these things.
just like just like floating in the plane of air, shouting names. It's just we had Sir
You did anticipate it at one time with a tattoo. She's like, I should plan something. Nah, they're gonna be at the tattoo place all day.
Oh man, when I was watching last episode, and who was it? Someone said to Kashano the Sharp, you should go get a tattoo. If I would have been there, it would have been the best burn on show bet. I would have been like, yeah, just make sure you don't get one of like stupid sea creatures.
What kind of stupid sea creature get tattoo?
Oh my goodness.
Actually,
Like a dumb person would get.
She better go get a tattoo. I'll be mad.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for another wonderful episode of the Mercenaries of Mischief, where we shopped for books, but not truthfully books, for answers. We are always looking for answers here.
A few reminders.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff to go over. I'm gonna check off the list.
Okay,
All
good.
right. So
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to follow us on the Discord page, like us on Facebook, check out all of our content that we've got going. All these fine people that you see laid out in front of me here are content creators in their own right. Me and Kishano spend most of our time doing this. But Gilbetta has movie shows that she is in that are on YouTube, and people can check those out. Redan is firing up his own YouTube stuff that is going. And our good friend Lilith does comics on Facebook and Instagram under Balmy Mel.
One's out now, finally.
Yeah, one's out now about dog hair that I heavily related to, although it's cat hair for me these days.
It doesn't matter.
I
Cat,
just
dog, animal.
I just got this back from the dry cleaner.
Yeah, for that exact reason.
Give it like 10 minutes. It's gonna be covered in fur.
No, it's too
Be
late.
sure to check out this show every Sunday and our other connected show, Too Many Warlocks. They're congruent storylines, same world, 2 different teams, same organization. Try it out. It's a lot of fun. So Too Many Warlocks happens on Mondays at something. Look, it's in there. I don't know time zones. I know what my time is. Probably not yours.
7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
Something. We do giveaways every 100 followers landmark that we reach. So our next one we're shooting for is 300 followers. Once we get 300 followers, we're going to be giving away some sweet heavy dice in this cool case from our good friend Kakapopo TCG on Etsy, who sent this out to us.
Kakapopo. That's Latin for shitty cop.
Of course. You learned this is the high quality. We bring not only entertainment but education.
Shitty cop, like police officer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just making sure I enunciated that correctly.
No, absolutely. This is important that we need to lay out. Also, if you are going to Gen Con, who's going to be at Gen Con? Why? I think it's Mr. Kishano the Quick is going to be at Gen Con, and I think he will be joined by other senior member of Mercenaries of Mischief, Miss Gilbetta fucking not, and they'll be roaming around. So if you do happen to corner any of these 2 people at Gen Con, ask them for a coin, because they've got these sweet Avalon Knights Academy coins that they'll be giving out to folks.
You can't read it on camera, but it's cool.
Grab one. Look, it's really neat.
It's a really neat thing, and if you have one,
to see it in person.
Someday they do say, admit one. Someday they will be redeemable for something.
For a thing.
You'll just have to have faith.
Yes.
And hold on to find out. But give us that follow if you haven't given us that follow yet. And stay tuned for the raid. Because we're going to be raiding our good friend Praetor's Rejects, I think.
Excellent. Who joined us just recently. All right. Until next time, class dismissed.